Well, welcome to the show, everybody. Happy afternoon to you, wherever you might be, or happy midday, morning, good day, good evening, whenever you're going to watch this. It doesn't really matter. The result will still be the same. At the end of a couple hours hanging out with me, you'll feel refreshed and a lot better, and you'll feel that the monsters that live and work among us have a job harder than yours, and it's super important. That you know that. Also, tomorrow, the radio show at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 11 to 1 Central time, the HAL SPARKS radio program, Mega Worldwide, with Johnny Million, will be live tomorrow with my new fixed setup and all that kind of stuff. I'm holding up okay. Thank you, Josh, for asking. And, can I just jump in on something real quick? Hold on, I gotta move this thing out of the way, because this is really the funny part. This just happened. Just breaking, get out of here. Breaking news, a jury finds InfoWars conspiracy theorist Alex Jones must pay $45.2 million in punitive damages to the parents of a Sandy Hook shooting victim. One parent, one set of parents, two people, a set of parents. Which I'm going to guess they have every reason to award the other parents similar amounts in future. Now, he's going to declare bankruptcy because there's more parents that he's made miserable and endangered their lives than there are millions, even at the height of InfoWars' $800,000 days. But that's that. By the way, this is only for. I agree, it's not enough, but it's one set of parents. It's not to be spread evenly over all the parents that he fucked with. It's one set of parents. So, I'm just enjoy it for a second. Let's just sit here and look at Alex's face, his fucked up, burnout face, where he has made his bones and his money on the backs of people that he has vilified and demonized for decades. And that's the look of a man who realizes he's just shit the bed and he's got to sleep in it tonight. You saw Alex at an ATM? Did he have a fake? Oh, well, he already got a fake mustache and a beard. Did he have a wig and a hat, and was someone waiting for him with a white Bronco? When will his criminal trial begin? I'm looking at that for next year. That would be a way off. I mean, you got to understand, he's the kind of guy who will BS about this for months to come, because he will fight it, and they will file an appeal, multiple appeals. He'll try to run out the clock on all kinds of shit. It's just, he's a prick. I don't think he will flee. I don't think he can. And the funny thing is, what are you going to do? Move in with Glenn Greenwald? Where are you going? It's bad enough for Greenwald being where he is. Anyways, I think this is fascinating and fantastic and a joy. Almost as much fun as watching Maria Bartiromo have to talk about the jobs numbers today. I have been putting off watching this video all day. I love why is better than expected hyphenated? I don't know. I guess this is a first marriage and they decided to tack it on in the third marriage. Oh, okay. Can we watch this together, just you and I, before I start the regular show? I just want to enjoy this, if I may. Hold on, let me move this over here. Stretch it out a little bit. Let's get a little bit of something.
Headline here.
Hold on.
This is a blockbuster report.
It's a blockbuster report.
This is much higher than anybody was expecting. 528,000 jobs created in the month of July is more than double the expectations, which called for job growth of 250,000. All areas of the economy actually saw job growth, including leisure, hospitality, the services industry, the industrial industry.
Who's president again?
That's all good news. The bad news.
The bad news. Yeah, a lot of people are working and they added a bunch of jobs, and it's a blockbuster report. here's the bad news. That means that the Fed is going to keep raising interest rates.
This ensures that we are going to see a Federal Reserve that stays as aggressive as ever. The markets right now are pricing in a 65% chance that the Federal Reserve raises interest rates by another 75 basis points in the next meeting, which is in September. We are waiting for
a 65% chance. Anybody want to take, what is that, even money?
The Jackson Hole event.
I beg your pardon?
Which is where Federal
it's a different Jackson Hole event. Sorry.
Reserve officials gather. That will be newsworthy in the coming weeks.
Will it? Not as much as this story.
Weeks to find out how the Fed will deal with a jobs market that is still generating growth and jobs.
Percent change from preceding quarter, real GDP, I see.
Now the bad news. The bad news is that the Federal Reserve will continue raising interest rates aggressively. That's going to make our borrowing much more expensive.
Oh, who? You and your husband? Your friends? What do you mean?
And holding debt much more expensive.
Well, that sounds just awful. It's almost as if there are tax breaks for small businesses and even lots of larger businesses that allow them to offset some of the costs of borrowing in their taxes, eliminating almost all of their percentage of... No? You don't think she's buying it? You don't think that matters to her? It just costs more money to borrow. Who gives a shit if you ever have to pay it? It's not the point. Eek. I can't remember if there was a Kudlow on this one. No, this is the fucking whatever. I'll have to dig this one up. Hold on. Because let's see if Kudlow, whoops. Because he was really shitting on it. Let's see. I will find it. Nope. Okay. Just takes forever. They just bury these things. Oh, wait. Here it is. I'll show you. See. Hold on one second. Hold on. Here you go. Let me show you this one. Here it is. This is Kudlow touting a great job.
This was a heck of a good report. Actually, the numbers, we were all jousting a little bit. I say that with the greatest respect about the big. Remember the summer recession that we had, and I was out there saying there's no recession and this and that.
I know what you're thinking. This isn't from today. You're right.
Well, guess what? The job numbers are actually improved. They're trending higher now on a 3-month basis. Today's report was spectacular. 266.
266,000 jobs. It's spectacular.
Another 41 adjusted upwards.
They adjusted 41 up from last month. What?
The prior months.
It's amazing.
As I say, in the way I look at it,
yeah,
America is working.
That's right. America is working because we added 226,000 jobs in 2019. Not so much, you think? Right? Hold on one second. Let's see if we can do Kudlow, and we'll see what the most recent... the problem with the Kudlow thing is that they pulled all of... his stuff about the actual report that I've seen so far, and the only thing they're posting is let's see, 9 this right, yeah. They're talking about the Inflation Reduction Act and just crapping on it. Well, I'll wait and see on his or whatever. But all right, let's get to the excitement, because you guys, this is what you came here for. This is HAL Sparks Mega Worldwide. We have to experience the true depths of right-wing idiocy in its purest form, unexpurgated, and in the form that they present it to us. And by they, I mean Brandon House, who is the guy who is currently fleecing Mike Lindell, and Sarah Palin, this lady right here, who's running for office terribly in Alaska, apparently. She held some former office, I don't know. And Mike Lindell, who is easily distracted by my ponytail. Also, Brandon House is the executive in charge of keeping one hand in Mike's pocket at all times and is responsible for the great production value we're already seeing on the screen, including headroom that would make Andrew Giuliani jealous. That is indeed Sarah Palin. Let's see. This is Sarah. Oh, get your salad tongs out. This salad is not going to toss itself, or maybe it will. What?
With us, we got some feedback. So pull that thing there. Just pull the cable on it.
Yeah, just pull it. Just yank that thing. This is the guy who's gotten the money from him and made this whole thing happen. And already, I'm blown away by the quality.
Pull the cable on it. Just pull the cable on it.
Pull the cable on it. Pull it. Whack it. Yank on it. Pull it.
Pull the cable. There we go.
Pull it.
All right, we're back here at Lindell TV. Mike Lindell is with us, of course.
In the dark. By the way, Brandon, great job, by the way, seating your boss and the guy who fucking pays for everything in the dark.
And Sarah Palin.
I gotta turn this up.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here with us.
It's an honor, really.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Is it though? Is it?
you're running for office.
I am running for Congress, and it's time. The good guys in office need some reinforcements. They need some votes. So,
Yeah, by the way, just in case you thought it was me with the sound down. Again, this guy has been giving that guy millions of dollars.
more than happy to
How can you be more than happy? We had to put Tom away. Why? He was more than happy. One of my favorite Carlin jokes.
we talked about. Mike,
Yeah.
take one for the team.
Yeah.
Get in there
Exactly.
and-
They have
Get in there and take one.
up in Alaska. They have what's that little thing they have on the machine?
It's called ranked choice voting on the
Ranked choice
Dominion
voting.
machines.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yes, the Dominion machines have ranked choice voting in Alaska, and Sarah Palin would not have any fucking chance at all if it wasn't for that.
Right. So if you take first place, you're actually it's not over. They not only got to do a recount, to try and count the stuff like Arizona just trying to steal Kerry Lakes. Then they go, well, let's see, how many second votes did you get? Third votes,
That's what
fourth
it
votes,
goes to.
fifth votes.
Yeah.
So like the president said when we were up in Alaska, the third place can actually be the first place.
Yeah.
We'll let you know in a week or two.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know. That's her strategy, dumbass.
And it was crap.
And by the way, the third place doesn't end up being the first place. The ranked choice ends up being that the second usually ends up with the possibility of sneaking in there. Usually the number one person wins, but if more people go, I chose the second as my second choice, this one, more people choose that second choice, then they get a boost to their thing. Yeah.
Drafted
By the way, that's how it is in Alaska legally, even if they wrote it on fucking paper.
by Rhino, Lisa Murkowski's attorney, which should have told our lawmakers
Right.
right there. There's something to it. So it's made to split votes and allow really a less popular candidate. That's the mission, to get
All right. Well, good luck then. I think they're really pulling for you then.
them in there. But
Now, we cover all 50 states, so it's hard for us to keep track of. Have you had a primary yet, or are you headed to a primary?
well, we had a weird kind of primary. There were 50 candidates.
We all do it we have a cow chip throwing contest. We play a good old game of cornhole just to as a break. Then, of course, there's the oiled up pig wrestle. And then we all go bear ball slapping. So the top 6 contenders have to find a bear, smack its nuts and survive. And that's how you get to win in the Alaskan wilderness.
Nobody had to declare what party they were in. 50 candidates, and I won that handedly out of the,
Handedly. All right.
10 plus points over the next vote getter. And but that it wasn't
Out of the 50 on the Republican side?
winner take all.
Whoa.
So Alaska will have gone about 8 months without any representation in Congress. Our congressman died, and this newfangled weird, this process is convoluted and complicated, and it results in voter suppression because voters
Yeah, I agree. Any system where you win by 10 points over 50 other people, clearly there's a bunch of shenanigans going on.
get frustrated by
Yeah, she got 12%.
it. They just throw up their hands and say, my vote's not going to count. There's so
Right,
much
right,
cheating going on. I'm not going to. So
Oh, so she's having trouble because Trump fucked it up for her.
I hear that often.
Okay, so are you
8
running
months.
now against how many people now?
So now it was ratcheted down then to the top 4 candidates. 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats. It just happened to be. Well, so votes were going to get split between Republicans. Well, lo and behold, at the last minute, one of the Democrats, he jumped out. So now it's
2 Republicans against 1 Democrat, and it's splitting the vote between 2 Republicans because they can't get their shit together.
me, the Republican, and a rhino, and
Way to bring the team together. It's
a
good.
Democrat.
For a
So-
second primary?
Well, they call it a special general.
It's an actual election for the special seat that someone died and left open, and then they will serve until the next one, or I guess till fucking November. They're gonna have to go again.
Special general. So whoever wins that, is that the general then?
No, whoever.
They serve until the actual general.
Well, whoever wins that will fulfill Don Young's seat for a couple months. But at the same time, you're also running on the same ballot that isn't ranked choice voting. It's regular winner, not even winner take all. It's a regular primary to see who will go on to the November election.
That's a Republican thing. One of them could just drop out, or the party could just say, Sarah's got it, give it to her. But they're not going to. Yes, you do need popcorn. This is fucked up.
4 different crazy
Holy cow.
votes.
No, it's the most
What a
convoluted
mess.
It exhausts me. It's more exhausting than
And
campaigning. Just trying to explain it.
if they steal it from Sarah, then what we're going to do?
Stop hitting the table where the wires are cracking.
We open it up and say, "What is this stuff?"
I don't even know. How it could. What?
That's
How did
Where's the party?
That's a
How did even? What is going on? Oh, yuck.
really good point, because I did already win.
Right, you already won.
Out of the 50 candidates,
we're
I
going
was
to
way
declare
up
you
there.
the winner right here on Lindell TV.
So if I don't win, and that's it's in about a week and a half, is the August 16th.
Right.
I'll be like, well, what happened?
Right.
What Alaska?
Because it was spread over 50 fucking people, you dolt. You know who won? Ultimately, the biggest vote? Not Sarah Palin. That's true of everybody else there. Not Sarah Palin killed you in the open primary.
You turned on me,
Right,
from the
yeah,
last
right,
one.
right.
No, something will have gone on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's almost like, what if I have the exact same number of votes as I had last time, but now the other people who were, spreading it out and trying to make their decision between a bunch of people, once they narrow focus on who they are, especially when it's the Democrat, if they get a shit ton more votes because they actually show up for the actual, all right.
Oh, I don't know.
So what are
I don't know. Even why? I mean, it's gonna be stolen anyway. I don't even know why. Anybody embarrass the vending machine?
your big issues you're running on? Energy, I bet,
Yeah, what are they?
right? Energy, one of them?
Drill, baby, drill. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
so good.
pathetic that our administration is overseas begging dirty, dangerous sources of oil to be allowed to be imported into our country when
Yeah, we're not actually importing them, listen to me. Importing them into the country because it's to get it out onto the market. We don't want to buy it. we want them to sell it to lower the price.
You just need to turn the spigot on in
Adjust the treble on her voice. I have no surgical tools with me.
Alaska and here in Texas, Louisiana, all across our nation. God has so richly blessed our land with the oil.
With cyanide and toluene and benzene and all the chemicals that come out of the ground whenever you have a new oil well.
The gas, the minerals, the fisheries.
Yes, they have. The Lord has blessed us all. I feel blessed.
The timber, all the natural resources civilization needs. And
yes, just cut it down, burn it up, throw it away, or eat it, and don't regulate how much and when.
We can do it right. We can do it better than any other country, more responsibly, more ethically.
Right, we are.
And it's
which one of those involves not drilling in Anwar because we don't fucking need it.
It's sinful.
It is. In deference to me and you two gentlemen.
We're not tapping into those resources that are created for responsible use for mankind.
Right. Now, you also got made fun of because you were warned.
Because of how you talk and how your ideas don't really make much sense and how weird you are. And because you're, we all joke about anybody who's willing to sit next to Mike because he has a... All right.
About the Soviet Union.
Yes.
And yet, look at here, what's happening?
I know.
And First of all, Russia from her house, not the Soviet Union. Soviet Union ended in 1991. You fucking dipshit.
I think it's about every single day someone will throw out that, can you see Russia from your house? And I never said that. Tina Fey said that, and she got rich off saying that. She should at least be paying for my kids' braces or something after that. But no, what I said is our strategic location on the globe, and it was Lincoln's cabinet. President Lincoln, his Secretary of State, William Seward, is the one who looked at the territory from Russia.
Yes, they have a little building there when you go to Alaska. At the visitor center. This is in a pamphlet.
Got Alaska, knowing that Alaska would someday secure the Union. So we have that ability because of our strategic location and the waterways. You can see Russia from Alaska. You can swim between the two. And anybody who doesn't believe me, come on up there and we'll do it together.
Okay. All right. Challenge accepted. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to do whatever I can to reach out to Sarah Palin and either, I don't know if she means it as a race or just a leisurely swim, but you heard it here tonight. Sarah Palin and I will be swimming to Alaska. I mean, from Alaska to Russia. I will be dressed as a Stranger Things character. I hope I can get her in the Winona Ryder outfit, the Russian one, obviously, just for our own safety. And we'll see if we can make it. You can swim there.
Putin been putting icebreakers and things up in that area?
No, that's on top of them.
So Russia has 9 huge, newfangled, crazy icebreakers.
Yes.
America has 1.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't need them.
Yep.
That's equivalent. Yes, so exactly. So Putin is creating these passageways.
No, he's not.
Through the ice.
No, he's not.
They're ahead of us on this. You know what they're also ahead of us on?
Swimming here? No, that's not it. Shit.
They're physically undersea flagging resources, flagging areas that they're claiming as their own to develop resources.
Like
undersea.
China's doing by building islands in the middle of the South.
And America, our administration is sitting there letting it happen.
Yes.
Because we're not doing it.
You mean in international waters where nobody has the rights to those kind of things?
When I was governor up there, I was trying to bring that to the attention of President Obama at the time. Nobody gave a flying flip about it. So that's why we got to get somebody in there in the White House, an administrator, the president, who...
Okay, good. So just making sure you know who actually is in the White House and who's got the primary job there.
will administrate what it is that...
That's what, as an administration, that's what they do.
Congress will be able to do to open up those lands to defend our country using Alaska and every other tool that God's given us.
Did you get all that? So the administration needs to administrate that Congress does what it has the tools to need to do so that we have the thing that God left behind and we can... I don't know what I don't know what that was. What do you mean? Mm-hmm. Everybody's like, mm-hmm. I don't know. What am I supposed to?
And then you've got, of course, EMP. I mean, Putin has been known for using, putting electricity out at Ukraine, right? Been doing that about once a year for years on end, right?
And he's killing people doing that.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. So there again, it's all the more reason that we stay so far from being reliant on any other country's sources of energy. When Trump was in office, we finally became the big exporter of energy.
We're the big exporter.
He became energy independent.
We still are.
He had promised. He's not a real politician because he fulfilled his promise to.
Yeah, that's right. Mexico paid for us to become energy efficient from policies that were put forth while Obama, as a person who was born in Kenya, made it happen after Mexico paid for it.
That's right.
He actually governed as he campaigned.
Common
Yes, like as a sexist pig.
sense.
Right.
Yeah. What did I say? I don't know.
Well, this has been a whole plan just to destroy our country, and
It's a plan to destroy our country with good jobs numbers.
And the oil's a big part of it, and the trucking. But
the oil and the trucking.
The trucking. Well, there's an inherent.
Yeah, please, Sarah, save us from him because. Yeah.
Link between energy and security, and energy and prosperity.
What? Wait a minute. Run that by me again. There's an apparent link between what and what now? Wait, did the backup button get used on here? You rats. Okay.
But the trucking. There's an inherent link between energy and security, and energy and prosperity. So those, like in our White House today, who have this fake, weird, new Green Deal.
Yeah, it's fake, weird, and it's new, and it's a green dill. It's a. I don't like sweet pickles. I'm just going to say that.
It's a shame that they're ruining that whole idea of a cleaner environment, because we all want a cleaner environment.
Nope.
Yeah, they're blowing it. They keep trying to actually do it.
Nobody wants a dirty environment.
No, who wants that? Who wants to flop at a crack house all the time? Oh, sorry, Mike.
I told them we were going to recycle and turn the voting machines into prison bars. Melt them down, turn them into prison bars. We recycle here at Lindell TV.
The machines are made out of plastic.
Put it into the wall that we need to secure the border. Oh my gosh!
The wall, yes, we can use.
I'm sorry, we cannot. U.S. election law does not allow us to sell voting machines even after we've used them to Mexico, so that they can melt them down and do I don't know.
All the metal for the wall. I love it.
Yeah, but no. So it's all the more reason that we become more self-sufficient. That we secure our sovereignty and our solvency. We have
to secure our solvency because we don't want to be deluded about our place in the world.
To secure our solvency also by stop spending.
Our solvency. We have to secure our solvency so that we're not insolvent. I don't know what the fuck.
So much money we don't have. Money that we borrow from one country to give to another country, right?
No.
As we send how many billions we recently sent to Ukraine, and yet at the same time, our disabled vets and some of our vets who are hurt, we still are doing private sector fundraisers for them because our government's not taking care of them.
Exactly.
Hey, did you check the vote on the burn pits legislation so that funding is permanent now? No?
Exactly.
By the way, this would be the point where anybody else would go, how would you have voted on the burn pit legislation? Would you have held off during the part where the other ones, would you have voted with Rand Paul and Mitch McConnell the first time, or against Rand Paul and with Mitch McConnell the second time? Or no, against, how would you have done it?
Priorities. That's why I'm running.
So tell me in regards to other issues you're running on. Energy, what else? National security.
Now, of course, obviously, she can see Russia from her house. Weren't you listening? She could swim to Russia from her kids' wrecked boat.
Taxation.
The border, of course, the border.
Yeah, the border, especially the southern border, being the congresswoman from Alaska would be crucial.
Because even up there in Alaska, it affects us. The drug problem in Alaska, out in our villages, it's growing. Fentanyl.
Okay, China.
Where's that coming from, right? It's coming across the border because the border's open.
By the way, everybody.
Well, no, it gets into Alaska via shipping. It comes directly from China or North Korea.
If you're watching,
more like the Mongolian territories. So the stuff is made and shipped down here and then illicitly shipped across.
if you this whole country, the drug problem has been way up because of the border. Remember, everyone, you can go to LindellRecoveryNetwork.org for free.
Well, yeah, because it's just a links page.
It's online help. Me being a former addict, I know a little bit about addiction, but it's free. So if you get it, people up in Alaska there, most of them, an addict still has a phone, so they can watch this online and they can.
Yeah, all addicts have phones. The Obama administration made sure that they had phones. What? An addict still has a phone? He's saying addict, right? And not just saying there's a phone in his attic.
All online.
Well, and you have the most amazing story, and I hope you're telling your story as often.
Yeah, he's got a book. You can buy it. Every 5 pillows comes with a copy. It's apparently better to sleep on than the pillows.
As you can, because you even have a sense of humor about it, which
yeah, which I wouldn't have. I mean, fuck.
I think.
But
You've thrown that out there. Well, I was a crack addict.
Oh God, she doesn't have a. This is terrible. She doesn't have a whoever her spokesperson is or her PR person. They need to stand in eye shot. Stay in her eye line at all times. I mean, they should have a little sign you put up, just like a no. Just get off fat. Get off fat. Politics.
Yeah. Well, it's, and God, one of the things, I told back in the day, our friend Stephen Baldwin, he told me when I first met him, he goes, we were going into this event, and he says, now, Mike, just tell him that you had addiction issues, okay? Well, I went right in there and I said, wait a minute. God gave me to get out of one of the worst addictions, which was crack cocaine. We didn't have things like, what are you on? Alcohol? No, it was, what are you on? Crack? They made a joke of it because it was so bad.
Right.
And I just put it out there because God can do anything. With God, all things are possible. And that was, I opened a
You're losing her.
Speech once for the president and said, yesterday I was on the radio and they were introducing me as a former crack addict and a founder of My Pillow. I mean, a former Democrat, a founder of My Pillow. I said, I didn't find My Pillow. I invented it, and I wasn't a former Democrat. I was a former crack addict.
That was so good. That was so. I was confused for a minute, but then that brought it all together. Does anybody else smell burnt toast?
That is just the best. I mean, what a door opener. Like, what more can you say about me?
Yeah, it's like that's what.
That you're still stupid, or that congratulations on getting over your addiction, but you're an asshole and a megalomaniacal liar. I'm glad you beat your crack addiction. Can you get your nose out of Trump's crack long enough to see that the fucking earth is round?
The media has a hard time attacking me. I've already said everything. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What the fuck? And by the way, kind of shitting on addicts to say that I've already said I'm an addict or whatever. Like, that's basically a get out of being an asshole free card.
Mike Lindell did crack. One time I was on the National Enquirer and they're telling me, Mike Lindell, crack addict, and he did some time in jail for a DWI. I'm going, I already told that.
Yeah, I already said that. I bring it up every time we talk about Nancy Pelosi's husband.
I wrote a whole book about it.
Nobody read the Enquirer that week.
See, when you get to that spot, and I feel like I'm at the same spot in life, when you got nothing to lose,
he doesn't have nothing to lose. Ask Brandon House. Knows that he doesn't have nothing to lose. If he had nothing to lose, Brandon wouldn't be there anymore.
Comes to
because he would have spent it already.
You've attacked you.
My kid.
Like the things they said about you. I mean, you look like a moron on that show. Oh my God. I was laughing. I mean, I know you now, but shit, you looked like some of the stuff I couldn't tell if you said it or if Tina Fey said it.
It's my reputation, my record, all these false accusations. It's like, what? That's how you got? You got, okay, well then all the more reason the shackles are off.
And do you notice?
Yeah, the shackles are off. She can do anything she wants. Like be slaughtered through ranked choice voting in an election in Alaska soon. You can, former governor, former vice presidential candidate, running for Congress.
That once you get to a certain point, then they just.
By the way, thank God she showed everybody by making her bones in the private sector.
Don't talk to you at all.
That's dangerous. You were telling me about
I was telling you
this.
that. Have you sensed that at all lately?
Okay, this is profound. You need to share this whole idea.
Yes.
Because
this is everybody. It's like.
Oh boy, he was yammering to her about something before the show, and now they're bringing it up. Eek.
Like I've said, it's happened to me 5 times. I call it going Fox on someone.
Oh God.
When, Fox won't let me go on at all anymore. Fox.
Yeah, that's because they're already in enough trouble.
So Newsmax, horrible.
Well, all right, sure.
But when all the media, when the attack media stops attacking, what a way to silence you is to not badmouth you or do anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's been terrible.
If they don't do anything,
the worst thing that can happen is you become a bore, a fucking bore.
You're going, wow, I'm doing something really good here.
Yeah. Right. So conventionally,
yes, I really got them right where I want them. They're not even interested in talking to me anymore. Even the friendly outlets are avoiding my call. That's how you know you're doing it right. There's no such thing as good press or bad press, except no press, which is the best press, because that's when you know you're most interesting, when no one wants to talk to you. But
we would think, oh, they're attacking me, you're over the target, or however you say that. And
whatever.
You brought it out there like, oh yeah, that's dangerous, that's bad or something, but it's not as bad.
It's not as bad when they try and just don't even talk to you.
They don't even
Yes, yeah, it's not. Being attacked when you're using it to make money, especially, is not as bad as when they stopped giving a shit.
I did a thing out.
This is at CPAC.
For the Capitol in Colorado. All the bouquets were there, ABC, CBS, and I said, I want to thank you all. I have used you all for 1.5 years, you bad media, to get the word out. Thanks for helping save our country.
And that was the last time I saw those folks.
But I don't need you anymore. I have Lindell TV and Frank's speech, but they're doing it right.
Oh, by the way, we remember that speech? That they weren't there. They had local affiliates were there because he was on their fucking Capitol steps. The ABC channel in fucking Tuscaloosa is not ABC coming to see you.
Now with that event I have coming up, and I told you about the Moment of Truth Summit on August 20th and 21st, everybody out there.
Oh, yeah.
Save our country, tune in and watch. Now, the media knows about that. They have not badmouthed me for 11 days now.
Let's see. Thanks, Organic West. For the record, I haven't hold on. I have a cat. Chip, what is it, buddy? What's going on? My cat is under the door. What is it? What? What are you doing? What do you need? What is happening? What am I, how am I supposed to? I'm doing a show. You can't just sit under the door and meow, you crazy cat. What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? What do you want? I'm doing a show. Yes, I love you. And they love you. The audience loves you. But I gotta do a show, buddy. You big silly. You big silly. You big silly. What are you doing? He does. He was meowing under he was doing the, like, clawing under the door. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, he needs a scratch. That's what he needs. He's like, I got an itch, Dad. I got an itch. Oh, he's beautiful. There he goes. Is that better? Oh, it's good stuff. Hi. Are you okay? Yeah? Can I get back to my show now? No, you can't play with my headphone cord, silly. May I? Thank you. I know he's gonna he's gonna start gnawing on it in about 2 seconds. All right, can you sit? Young man, can you sit still while I do my show? Can you do that? Because I will continue on, and I won't put you outside if you can mind your business. All right. Fingers crossed we can do a show. Don't get distracted by the cat. All right, here we go.
Even Cheryl, I know you're watching. It's your favorite show, Cheryl. You and Business Insider and Yahoo. I called you, I text you, you don't write, you don't call me. What's up? We lost the love, Jim Acosta. You haven't texted me, called me.
It's almost like they're bored shitless, and your entire argument jumped so many sharks. And I don't know if you've noticed, there's huge job numbers, and we also have a war to deal with. And Nancy Pelosi just landed in Taiwan and visited. It was the first time the Speaker of the House has visited since the 90s. So maybe, just maybe, you don't fucking chart anymore.
And now you're here. They're not going to talk to you anymore, Sarah.
So let me ask you this.
Let me ask you this. Can you kick my ass?
After all that you've been through being attacked, did you say, okay, I think I'm going to run for Congress? Or do you think twice about this? I don't want to do that.
Well, and it was unfortunate when our congressman died, and he was pretty much the only congressman Alaska's ever had, 49 years.
49 years?
Yeah. So he died. President Trump called and said, hey, you thinking about running?
Really?
You want to run? And, well, what he said, he's like, look at...
I don't know anyone else in Alaska. I've never heard of anyone else in Alaska. I don't know if anybody else lives in Alaska. Is Steven Seagal near you? I saw one of his movies that took place in Alaska. Will you run? Who the fuck is in Alaska?
You got nothing to lose. He goes, I got nothing to lose.
You got nothing to lose. That's true. You have nothing going on. Everyone has forgotten about you.
Can you imagine if we're both in there together?
Wow.
Like, yeah, I mean...
And that's why he went up there and Mike went up there and you guys had that great rally.
You guys were so good. There was so much electricity in there. People told me afterwards, some people said it was the best day of their life.
Wow.
They were just so...
That's really fucking sad.
And we were so grateful that you guys gave a flying flip about Alaska. That you would come on up there.
That was one of the funnest rallies I was ever at. Yeah. You could feel it was a different type of enthusiasm I haven't felt. It was, it's great. Everywhere the rallies were going, the president goes to, and I speak at all of them now. But this one was different.
Oh, we know.
It was every person was just over the top, like so gracious.
I can't believe anyone's bothering to fucking come up here.
They were so gracious that our president went up there. Alaska's not forgotten. It was all of us. We're all in this together. They're taking our country in Alaska. You got to think, evil knows that every state, everything matters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's why they're going this little race theory on their machines up there. You think that
their race theory? He means ranked choice voting.
Let's try it with Alaska. Let's take Alaska, and that's what they're doing.
Well, and we are the test case for these elements of a most horrible storm up there when it comes to what's happening with our election system. So other states need to pay attention.
We are a test case for the horrible storm that is our election system because of the system that Alaskans have come up with for themselves.
So they don't allow this kind of stuff to happen in their state.
The cat is licking my bicep. It's very weird.
But it was electric. It was all positive, that rally. And it's because I believe it was so nonpartisan. I mean, I'm looking out there at friends and neighbors, I'm like, they haven't been involved in politics at all. They probably don't even know,
They don't even know where they are. They're so fucking drunk.
What they're registered as. Because obsessive.
They don't know what they're registered as.
Partisanship up there, it just flies out the window. People just want common sense, servants' hearts, just do what we're asking you to do.
So,
yeah, just stand there and do what you're told.
Have you seen any poll numbers, any internal poll numbers?
Well, the first poll number.
Oh, that was a bad question. That did not elicit the response he was hoping for.
Number for me was that vote that we won.
Yeah, I mean, I don't live on this stuff. For fuck's sake.
Handedly out of the 50 candidates. And since then, we haven't done any polls because...
What are you looking at, Mike?
I always say polls are only good for strippers and downhill skiers. I don't like them.
I don't like them.
Well, maybe I like them, but...
What?
Okay. That's going to go viral. That's going to go viral.
Because that's one thing.
No, it's not. Didn't you hear before? They're ignoring you guys.
These cowards.
If honest to God, I think I'm the only person showing this shit.
Terrible journalists do. They watch our show.
Right, they do, and they record it.
No, they look for sound.
Yes, they do.
Oh, they're going to say like
Original? It isn't.
anti-feminist or something. Well, all those fake feminists out there who don't know what
Oh, my word. All right, so
Yeah,
we're
I don't
cutting
even know with that thing. All those, I don't know.
it to Steve Bannon's time now.
All right.
Oh, sorry. We'd love to sit and talk to you as somebody who's running for office, but we have to talk to Steve before he gets indicted. What are you doing, silly? Where you going? Do you want to hop down now? Are you done? Did you get enough scratches? Huh? No, little guy? Here, hop down. There you go. Thank you. No, you cannot hang around under the desk. That is not happening. Thank you. Scoot, scoot. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. The neediest cats in the world today. It's lovely. No complaints. All right, here we go.
It's like he's having a good time.
Yeah, I was just hanging out with Steve Bannon. We'd love to keep talking to you because you actually bathe, but it's a CPAC thing. We legally have to bring him in. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
So you
swamped.
have a website you want to promote?
Yes, it's sarahforalaska.com. Nothing's capitalized, super easy. sarahforalaska.com. And my positions are all spelled out black and white. I'm the only candidate who did that too. Pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, pro-closed borders,
Pro-close the borders.
election integrity, all that good stuff. And
Yeah, all that good stuff.
You
Whatever.
can
I don't know. It's a list of shit.
read it all. Those are all promises
It's like a bumper sticker list.
that I have a track record of fulfilling all these years. So
And endorsed by Mike Lindell and Donald Trump.
And
That's
that's
right, that's right.
my goodness.
There you
That's all
go.
I needed.
That's right.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
When is the voting end, or when is the?
Well, you've been endorsed by this man. When does that shit happen?
August 16th, and
August
it's
16th.
a lot of mail-in ballots.
We want to have you back.
So whoever gets that one is the winner. The majority vote?
There's two things they're voting
On the same day.
on the same
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
So one person could be in charge until for
a
2
couple
months.
months.
For a couple months, and then another
Then
one
they're-
No, till January, dumb fuck.
got elected.
Not till the election time.
We could have two winners theoretically.
Yeah.
That is the weirdest thing.
It's really
So
weird.
you could lose fulfilling his last few months, but win the
But
term.
win the
That's
2-year
exactly
term.
right.
Wow. Well,
No, you could win the primary to run in November.
we're going for the 2-year term.
Yeah,
They're gonna
yeah.
try. They're gonna try and cheat so bad at the machine. The cheaters are gonna be confused.
Yeah, well,
Well, you
Almost as confused as we
know
are.
how it
Fucking hell, this is terrible.
is when you don't lie. You don't have to remember what you said.
No, you're exactly right.
They're gonna
I've
have
said
to-
that. You know, when I went out.
Wait a minute. No, when you lie, you have to remember what you said. And oh god, now I gotta back this shit up. Hold on. Get back up here. Get back down.
They're gonna try and cheat so bad at the machine. The cheaters are gonna be confused.
Well, you know how it is when you don't lie. You don't have to remember what you said.
Okay, when you don't lie, good.
No, you're exactly right.
They're gonna
I've said
have
that. You know,
You don't have to. I'm sorry. What?
when I went on Jimmy Kimmel, I think I was telling you about this. I go on there and I'm going. Everyone goes, "Oh, Mike, you did good." Well, if you don't lie and you tell the same thing, it's easy. It's just the same answers come
Right.
out every time. You know, and that's the way you are. And
Well,
that's right.
isn't that what our mothers told us?
That's
You
right.
know,
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Well, you'll be a
Yeah, right after she said, "Don't do crack."
they'll have a hard time if they steal your election. You're America's governor, and you're your favorite.
man.
And,
Well, you
favorite,
guys take
and they're gonna have a lot of explaining to do.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I'll be flying up to Alaska. You
Right
mark my
on.
word. I will bring a team up there of lawyers.
If you lose fair and square, I will come up there to fuck with the Alaskan voter.
And cyber guys that you know, curl your hair.
Okay, cool. And that's middle of August. So bundle up. It's already getting fall time. All right. See what you made of.
All right.
Well, thank you for being
you,
with us.
guys.
Give your website one more time, will you?
SarahForAlaska.com.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yep.
With the number 4 or the written 4 FOR, or do we even care? We don't. Is this? Hold on. Oh, this is Mike Lindell's speech at CPAC. We have to take Lindell in beats, I think. Hi, you're watching HAL Sparks Mega Worldwide. They posted that on Frank Speech / Lindell TV / whatever the fuck that channel is going to be called, day over day, week over week. Let's see. Is this the same moment that she had? I think so. Hold on. Oh no, this is a little bigger. Here we go. This is back to our economic numbers. This is her awaiting the jobs report right before it happens, I think. U.S. job growth surge in July beats economists' expectations. This was this morning. They're literally on the air as it comes. I want to see this.
We want to go to Washington. Edward Lawrence, he's got the number. It is imminent right now.
Yeah, it's imminent. There he is looking at it. He's already glanced at them. He's not happy.
What are you, Edward?
And yeah, the employment rose by 528,000 in July, a big beat. The unemployment rate went down to 3.5%. 3.5 going to 3.5%. That is a decrease in the unemployment rate. When you look inside some of these numbers, you see the employment in professional and business services that increased 89,000 in July. Employment.
Shit.
In healthcare rose by.
Why can't we show her when he's saying this? Cut away. I just want to see all the color drain from her face.
By 70,000 in July. In the government rose.
I love how, by the way, the stock market went, oh, fuck, people can make money now?
Rose by 57,000. Employment in construction increased by 32,000. It's interesting that construction employment of 82,000 now. That's 82,000 higher than February of 2020 levels. So
pre-pandemic construction jobs.
Construction has come back and then some.
Has come back and then some. Oh my God. Why couldn't we all be at Fox News when this happened?
Manufacturing increased by 30,000 jobs in July. Social assistance added 27,000 jobs. Retail trade was up by 22,000 in July. That was a big one. Retail trade is now 208,000 jobs above its pre-pandemic levels. Transportation and warehousing added 21,000 jobs. The average hourly wages, those went up 5.2% year over year. That is an increase from last month.
Ouch. It's gotta suck. This is good. Please cut to Maria. Please cut to Maria for the meltdown.
You look at information employment, continue the upward trend. Financial activities continue.
You have to know that this is in the morning. This cascades across fucking Fox all day long. People going, fuck.
Continue that upward trend. And if you look within this, in the non-farm payroll, it says the employment increased to 22 million people, reaching a low in April of 2020. It has now returned to its pandemic level, its pre-pandemic level. So the private sector is now 629,000 higher than February of 2020.
Trump's last pre-pandemic number. Biden beat it including, I would give him a pass on the entire beginning of the fucking until he got everybody vaccinated. So he doesn't even start counting until Delta.
And government employment is 597,000 lower than pre-pandemic level.
Oh my God. Fewer people work for the government and now work in the private sector. They lost 500,000 jobs in the federal government. And they all went to the private sector. There's more jobs. That's over 200,000. Is so fucking funny.
So you have that mix there. So you have
it's a mix.
Private sector above.
Yes, private sector up, but the
government hiring is below. But
I thought we were supposed to be. I thought it was supposed to be. Isn't it supposed to be that the Democrats want everybody to work for the government and big government in the government biggie big?
Again, leisure and hospitality adding 96,000 jobs as growth continues. This was a huge beat, Maria. 528,000 jobs in July added back. The unemployment rate dips down to 3.5%. I'll let you guys chew on that right now.
Oh, they fucking stopped it. They literally ended the clip right before that. Get out of here. Hold on. Go back to Fox Business, you sons of bitches. You don't get to dodge out of this. Okay. These are the videos from there. This morning, here we go. People in love, because let's see. That's a day ago. 20 hours ago. Democrat bond is going to be fought up. Proposals are unpopular. Jesus Christ. Get some. Press your luck with presidential trade. Jesus Christ. Okay, so they followed up that video The video right after it was so just so you know, on Fox Business. Whoops, sorry. I'm fine. Fox, this is the video we just watched right here. The next video they posted was Musk knows he'll have a tough time changing the culture at Twitter. The fuck? The deal's dead. And the West Virginia AG, this is deeply disturbing. And then Democrats are trying to distort the economy. Okay, maybe this is it.
Joining me right now is Ohio Congressman, Financial Services Committee member Warren Davidson. Congressman, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks very much. Your
Always
reaction to this bill.
Maria.
Yeah, and now Cinema looks to be about to support it. Because they are.
Look, didn't the Dow eat shit for a little while? Right as they brought the numbers out, now it's basically back up where it was. Hold on, what the heck? Where are you? Oh God, where is it? I think this is essentially it. Nope. Jesus Christ. I think it was just because we just watched. Oh yeah, I gotta back it up. It's the same.
We want to go to Washington, Edward.
Yeah, 32,720.
Lawrence, he's got the
number. As soon as he takes the number, it goes. He announces it, and he's a little late doing it. It drops below. There you go, 32,675, and then it rebounds almost like less than 20 minutes later. So funny. Okay, you're watching HAL Sparks Mega Worldwide. We don't have to watch a stack of those clips. A lot of the clips they put up today, because of the numbers were so good, are all about the Inflation Reduction Act and how it's going to pass and destroy the economy. But if you want to talk to a man who knows about destroying the economy, whoops, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I can push my buttons. I know what I'm doing. This is, I don't know who this guy is. He's apparently on a set at Disneyland. This is Trump meets with Viktor Orban right before the CPAC gathering in Texas. And they like hung out. Now, I mean, Orban's a prick. During Trump's years, he sicked his goons on protesters. Or is that Erdogan? Yeah, sorry, that's Erdogan. Orban was just making the we shouldn't mix races speech, which is what got him the gig at CPAC this year. They were like, I like the cut of your jib, son. What was that thing you were saying about not race mixing? Can you do a little bit of that ditty when you come on down? We'll fly into Texas if you promise to do some of that business. That's a sweet deal there, fella. But Trump met with him for a second. Let's see what he had to say. It's only 2 minutes.
Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban will likely spark mixed reactions around the globe when he speaks at the CPAC event in Texas today.
Yeah, not amongst the CPAC people, though.
Orban meeting with former President Donald Trump earlier this week, who has been a vocal supporter of
Grab my thumb. Let me squeeze that for you.
Orban and his government.
He
endorsed his election back in April and has described him as an important ally as the two leaders become more interconnected.
We love Hungary.
Earlier this year, CPAC holding an event in Hungary with major conservative voices in attendance, including Candace Owens, Mark Meadows, and a pre-recorded video address by former President Trump.
Oh, nice. A pre-recorded video address. So, you know, they really pulled out all the stops here. All the way. Also, did Viktor Orban bring up the fact that Candace Owens shouldn't be allowed to marry anyone of European blood while he was there? I mean, he didn't.
Thank you, Candace, for being here. Just for the record, don't approve.
Viktor Orban, he's a great leader.
Let's just shoot this.
Viktor Orban is a great leader.
A great gentleman, and he just had a very big election result. I was very honored to have endorsed him.
I endorse anyone who's already won everything.
A little unusual endorsement. Usually I'm looking at the 50 states, but here we went a little bit astray.
Yes, astray.
And I did that only because he really is a good man, and he's done a fantastic job for...
He's a fantastic job. Also, fantastic job. And his speech on race mixing being a big no-no, I thought was wonderful.
Country.
The former president is also set to give remarks.
Why don't you play the whole fucking thing?
At this week's CPAC event, but there will also be a close eye on the remarks by Prime Minister Orban. He wrote in a post prior to the event saying he's committed to stopping illegal immigration, keeping taxes low, and most importantly, peace. But Orban's critics say his rhetoric often crosses the line into bigotry, pointing to recent remarks he made in Romania where he praised what he referred to as the unmixed Hungarian race. Now, he's since said that his comments were misunderstood, but even on the issue of Russia, Hungary is accused of not being as hawkish as many other European countries amid the war on Ukraine. Now, it's for all of these reasons that his speech in Dallas today will be closely watched by those in the United States and also those back in Europe.
No, not really. Nah, I kind of don't give a shit. I mean, I don't know why they didn't play all of Trump's message. Maybe they do. Hold on. Nope, the rest of this is an ad. This whole clip is 1:30. And they couldn't even play the whole Trump part of it. Jesus. Well, which is good because I'm over it already anyways. Let's jump around a little bit, shall we? Because I want to go to, where is it? No. All right, let's go. Well, I want to see Mike Lindell's speech. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching HAL Sparks Mega Worldwide. This is Mike Lindell's speech at CPAC. It's allegedly 15 minutes long. I don't know if I believe that. We'll see.
He's a good friend of ours, and while
I'm standing here,
sure every one of you have had a My Pillow. If it's not on your bed, I'm sure
it's in your truck, or it's in your office, in case you have like sciatica or something like that. Oftentimes, I have used mine to get rid of an ornery older relative who won't sign the will.
You have given them as gifts. You may even have some of my slippers or my sheets or
my crack, pipe.
Whatever. I think he has one of everything now.
Yes, he does. He has my pony.
And there's also a new issue. I know we have a lot of entrepreneurs in here, and I know my husband hates Amazon.
He hates what? Sorry? He hates Amazon?
I know we have a lot of entrepreneurs in here, and I know my husband hates Amazon.
I hate Amazon too. Terrible. It's a terrible Amazon knockoff. Sometimes I will mistype because the B, it's on the keyboard, is BNM, and sometimes my thumbs get really, they inflate when I've been shopping online too much, and I'll hit that B instead of that M, and it takes me right to Amazon.
We've always been looking for a place to go purchase
instead of Amazon.
Just items that we know they're made in the U.S. and that we can support our own commerce, and especially things that
and sure shit ain't Walmart.com.
Are made in America. So he has now my store. So if you all are interested in purchasing items,
he has lots of items. There are items there
that are made right here in the United States.
Allegedly. His are, maybe.
By American workers. Go to my store. Mike, obviously, is going to tell you a lot about what he's doing, and he's got some great things to talk about today, and especially a lot about election integrity. And he's actually leaving here today to go to Wisconsin.
What?
And he and Carrie Lake and President Trump will be there later this afternoon talking about what's going on in Wisconsin and what the important things are. But to tell you a little bit about Mike, he's a fighter, and we are in a war, and it's going to take each and every one of us.
Yeah, you're not in a war. And he's not a fighter. He's a whiner.
Mike will share his story today, and hopefully will motivate you to join with
I'm already motivated.
him and the rest of us here at CPAC as we take back our country, as we work to win back what we're fighting for, which is our freedom. And
yes, well, our freedom of speech has been taken, as I'm telling you today, into this microphone in a room full of people who legally can be here, while it's being broadcast on the internet for anyone to see.
Not only to win it back, but also to make
we're going to have hot fruit.
Sure it never happens again. So,
and by it, she means elections.
So with that, because
she's very unfree. No one is free who's in a rose-shouldered dress.
The clock tells me I have 2 minutes left, but I really want you.
Oh, so he's late.
To hear from Mike today. I want you to hear what he's been doing, and he's
because I don't know.
Probably is the most canceled person in the United States.
He totally is.
Everybody's canceled him.
Yeah, just by anytime you ignore him or you find him to be dull and painful to listen to, that's technically cancel culture.
But you know what? They're on the losing end because Mike is a fighter and he's a winner and
he's a fighter and a winner and he's better than Amazon.
He's going to win. And we've all read the last chapter and we know what the results are going to be.
Wait a minute. You know what the results are going to be? Rigged. The election's rigged.
And we will win in the end. And we're just in a war.
We're going to win in the war, but in the end, but it is a war.
It's a battle.
Or a battle. War or a battle. It's a battle or a war. You can win the war or the battle, whichever you win.
But we win.
Yeah, okay, well, good. All right, well, then I don't know what the fuck you're worried about then.
Thank you so much for coming to CPAC, especially supporting our Texas event. And hopefully you will have a great experience, and we look forward to seeing.
I don't think I think it's going to be bad. I'm honest to God. I think it's going to be. So I'm already bored, and I know they are. Hold on.
Throughout the conference. Have a blessed day, Mike.
Mike, get out of here.
You back there? My honor, Mike Lindell.
Mike recorded this song in his first year in college. Lady, she's a nice lady. Oh yeah.
Wow, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to show this. I'm going to do something a little different.
Uh-oh. He's going to strip for us.
I want to show you a little clip we made. And we made two of them.
Oh.
One of them is 3 minutes long. And it's going to tell you about an upcoming event I have that's going to change.
It's an ad. That's what most people refer to it.
This country and the world forever.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This whole thing is just fabulous.
And it's August 20th and 21st.
It's August 20th and 21st. It's going to be 24 hours. It's going to be 48 hours of the same 24 hours in 8-hour segments. I won't be there the whole time, especially if I'm attacked again with a tangerine.
Me first, so if you can roll that first, please.
Shit. Good. Charlie, he's asking for it right out of the gate. Yeah, I know we discussed it. He said he was going to do it later in the show, and then I thought it was how he's going to end things. No, he wants it now. Stop it. Here, listen. Just run the clip, god darn it. It's not, honest to God, we're trying to, we got a show to do here. There's an audience here. The place is packed. They're all losing interest. It's terrible. No, just roll the clip. For god darn. Is it rolling? It's rolling. Roll it. There it is. That's good. Oh, yeah, I love it. By the way, I don't know if I had a chance there to compliment you, Gary, on your fabulous, honest, top-notch Photoshop, where you took the logo and that we made, and you cut off the bottom there, and you only left the top of the O and the top of the T and part of the lowercase h there, and not show the whole thing. Instead of, what most people would have done there is they would have gone up there and they'd have gotten just a regular font, and they would have just written the words on the screen there, because it's not actually any kind of it's not like a logo or anything, just the words. You could have done, but you didn't, and I appreciate it. I just wanted you to know. Yeah, sorry. I don't want to stop you. No, I was just talking. Roll the clip. Don't stop because of me.
I address you not
good.
only as a citizen of.
Oh my God, they're hot. Where'd you meet those ladies? What do you mean, stock footage? They might not be American.
The United States, but as an American.
Oh, that lady's an American. Clearly, that fella ain't. He's some sort of a migrant worker there. You're goddamn right, build the wall.
Standing for all humanity. For the first time in the history of our nation, technology has been activated.
Oh, dear God. What kind of technology? No, I don't. I want to know. It looks like a fucking speak and spell. That's why I'm asking you.
That attacks our Constitution.
With what? With knives or? I mean, because it's behind protective glass. They can't really.
The capacity to destroy our future.
Well, wait a minute. Our future is in the Chicago O'Hare Airport?
Absolute proof.
Oh, hey, look at you. You cut out good. Look how good. You did good. You cut out the screen. You shrunk it down. You put it in front of the other screen. There's an A over there. It looks like somebody wrote asshole and you covered it up quickly. The globe's a nice touch, though. Makes it look more important than it is. That's smart.
Of the biggest cyber attack in history.
We must remove voting machines and any electronic devices from all elections forever.
Yeah, never have an. I think that's a great idea. Matter of fact, we shouldn't even be talking on this phone. No, I'll keep talking while we're on here.
Elections have consequences.
They do. You're right about that. You know, a long time ago, people voted to have election machines. Oh, those, I see. Those elections don't have consequences. Just ours. Okay, good.
These selections are
oh, I see what you did there. That's cute.
Transforming the spirit of our country.
Mm-hmm.
If the election of 2020 didn't happen,
then we'd have had to have another one because you got to have, it's legally mandated by the Constitution. If that election hadn't happened, we'd already lost our oh, he knows that. I see. I see.
We would never, ever, ever have gotten...
Ever. He's saying ever. I just don't... never, ever? Or ever?
To this great place we're going to get to.
Minnesota?
Trust me on that.
Oh, I do.
Ever.
Wait, ever? Ever?
It was all God's plan.
Oh, you don't have to... Is this... Hello, God, it's me, Mike. I'm just kidding. It's not Mike. He's on the stage right now.
And we are in the greatest revival for Jesus in history.
Yeah. I don't know why it would take place on courthouse steps.
Mike Lindell presents live.
Oh, look. And then in the end, you use the actual thing. So it was the top of the S I was seeing, the dot on the I and the T. And then you totally scrubbed Mike's name out. That was fantastic. And then look at him. You even used the thing that somebody else made. The thing that was on Twitter was somebody holding up a flag, which was him just going like this, and then you put the flag in. I love how you did that. That's so great. What a great Photoshop trick to make it look like he was actually holding a flag, and he wasn't holding a flag. He was just putting his fist out there. He was just fisting the crowd. He was what?
The Moment of Truth Summit on frankspeech.com.
Yeah, good idea. Fade it out before the end of it so people don't hear.
Well,
I gotta go. I want to listen to the rest of the speech.
We are in the greatest revival for Jesus in history.
He's repeating himself. Do you think he heard the audio? Oh God, run it again. Back it up. Run it again.
And I want to tell
okay,
you.
I'll talk to you later. Okay, no, you hang up. You hang up. No, you hang up. Midwestern, goodbye. Okay, bye.
Compare the 2020 election will go down as the most important election in history, and here's why.
I can't wait to find out. I know you guys are excited. He's going to tell us.
I'll tell you, when I did my first infomercial on October 7, 2011, I was living in my sister's basement. And
yeah, I know. Marge tells me about it all the time.
And I had like 10 employees, and I
in the basement of your sister's house?
Did the stream of an infomercial, and we launched it that day. And 40
So you rushed it.
days later, I had 500 employees. We were the #1 infomercial in the world. Over the next 6 months, we took in $100 million.
And you snorted it all.
But I woke up that day, and I'm in tears. I'm going, I was $6 million in debt.
Ah, now I know why Trump likes you as a businessman. Trump's favorite trait he likes when he sees it in somebody is he doesn't want to see them as a threat in any way.
And it took a couple years to dig out of that, but I just prayed. I said, God, what went wrong? What did I do wrong?
And God said, well, let's start with the crack.
But I learned so much from the spring of 2012. where the corruption was, where the mistakes were made. So much was revealed over those next 2 years.
Yeah, drugs will do that to you.
Where if 2012 hadn't happened to my pillow, I wouldn't be where I'm at now with that platform God's given me for such a time we're in right now.
Oh, so if anybody has a time machine out there and you can go back in time, maybe fix that shit. It'll save us a lot of grief.
And
yeah.
And if you compare that, all the changes I made to where now 76 million My Pillows has sold, over 2,000 employees and all that part.
Yeah, he's been kicked out of all the big box stores. He's kicked off of social media. He's basically a pariah in the news that he had done before, and he keeps talking shit. Like, all that's possible because of Jesus Christ. It's all Jesus' fault. There, I said it, and I feel better for having said it. Mike, I've been holding on to this for a long time. For crying out loud. I wanted to tell everybody this was God's fault, that you're going through this, and you shouldn't have to go through it. You're a good man, except when you're not.
It's the same thing as the 2020 election.
Oh, holy smokes. We've done it twice now, have we? Oh, that's terrible.
Now, I'll tell you, if we would have...
Wait, Trump's live now? Is he actually speaking now? I don't need to watch this feller if he's going to go live.
If we would have went to bed...
Oh, look, I'm spoken for. Stop asking, Mike. You're not going to strike oil. You might as well stop drilling. I don't care what Trump says. I do mind when you grab me like that.
At 3 in the morning, if they hadn't overrode...
If you hadn't fucking called me...
...the algorithms, if our great president Donald Trump and all of you had not overrode the algorithms of the machines, just like Carrie Lake just did last night, right?
No.
That was...
Oh, wow.
That was like a rerun, right? That was a rerun.
Yeah, it's amazing. The way they rigged the Republican primary there in Arizona was almost identical to how they rigged the 2020 election. Mostly that was done, of course, by Republicans, I would say.
What?
Yeah, it's true. Come on now. It's absolutely true. All the rigging was done by Republicans.
What?
They don't want to talk about it. I call them rhinos for a reason. Because they're always horny and they keep grabbing me.
Okay, she gets up by 12,000 votes in the middle of the night. Shut down the machines. Hurry, we got to do something. What are we going to do? Well, they couldn't do it this time because we overrode it.
Totally true. Hold on. I'm checking on something. Hold on. Hold your horses and don't point at me like that. I always think you're going to reach for me, and then I got to dodge my privates away from that.
It may not be...
Oh, that's garbage. Hold on. Step up in there with it. This dude's not going to be on for a while. He's in, oh, good Lord, he's in Waukesha, Wisconsin.
The screen.
That's terrible. Here, we'll stick to this till he shows up.
They've got video of Donald Trump doing all of his dance.
This, if we would have went to bed and if they would have predicted right, they didn't know that Donald Trump was going to get 83 million votes, everybody.
Yeah, no one did because he fucking well didn't.
That's the fact. Biden only got about 64 million.
Sorry, I promised I wouldn't laugh, but honest to God, no. That's not how it happened. Not at all. He didn't get, 83, you thought it was ridiculous when Biden got the goddamn votes, you goon. For Pete's sake, are you out of your mind? Oh, sorry. Play this out, you rat.
Okay. But we would have all went to bed.
Oh, well, some of us would have. Let me tell you that right now.
And Biden would have won, and
he did win.
Would have never known, and
yes. If everyone had just recognized that reality had actually put Biden in the White House, we would have never been able to experience 2 years of Mike Lindell's meltdown. We wouldn't have had our Mike Pillow vacation into madness together.
All been around going, can you believe that what happened to our kids, our children? They brainwashed them in college, the media. You know, everyone's going, we've turned into a communist country.
No, they weren't.
That's what would have happened. But God said no, he gave us grace.
That's right. God gave us grace. And he said, let them look around for votes that aren't there. And let them scramble like assholes for 27 months until some of them are indicted for attempting to steal the election because of their criminality. Because in my all-knowing, and I will one day deliver, as I, the Lord Jesus, will deliver Donald Trump into the seat of power once again on my own time frame, somewhere in the order of 6 billion years from now.
He gave us all of this.
Where he will be the king of ashen earth after our humans have left the planet behind after they smoked it in a crack pipe.
That's from back then. Do you know I prayed
on just about everyone.
January 4th. On January 4th, when they had that runoff in Georgia, the two senators, I prayed that they would steal them both.
So it's your fault.
Everyone's going, Mike, you did this. No, let me tell you.
Yeah, Mike, you did this.
If I
That's nobody thinks that, Mike. If your prayers actually came true, Trump would be president and you'd be on top of Melania right now.
If I was their marketer, I would have said, give them back a senator so they shut up about this election and this election crime. If they would have done that, everyone would have went into a mode. Maybe not all of you, but most people would have said,
yeah, not the CPAC people.
It's just we still have the Senate. We'll get them back in 2022. Red wave, and then
yeah, which we all know is crap. It was stolen, so don't vote ever again. Never. It's all been garbage.
What?
Stop. Don't let them lure you into voting again. That's the worst thing that can happen. It's true. That's the worst thing you can do because then you buy into their system. Because
what?
I ain't got time to bleed.
Next time would be blue wave, red wave, all this uniparty stuff going on. But
the uniparty. He was going to say shit, and then he went to uniparty, which I think he's a classy guy.
Instead, they stole them both, and everyone's going,
well, they borrowed them. If you can take them back, they weren't stolen, really.
Now what do we do? Well, they had a backup plan. What did they do to silence us? They had January 6th.
Oh. That was I see. That was the whole thing. They did an end run around themselves. They attacked themselves. They drugged Ashley Babbitt and turned her into a robotic automaton, urged on by Antifa and white BLM infiltrates.
On January 7th is very significant that we got through January 7th, and here's why.
Because if you don't do that, you'll never see January 8th because time moves forward.
January 7th is the day they tried to silence us forever.
Well, apparently they did a terrible job because you're in front of a big logo.
1.2 million Americans lost their crooked Vimeos, YouTubes, Suckerbucks, Facebook.
Oh, thank God. I was worried he'd get through the whole segment without an anti-Semitic nickname for a Jew, but thank goodness.
Twitter, deplatformed, churches deplatformed, not just our great president, Donald Trump.
No, definitely not. All the church, like Flashpoint's not on the air anymore. Well, they are. But like all of Kenneth Copeland's sermons are, well, you can watch them. I mean, they're on. Joel Osteen, all the mega churches were wiped out, and one big move by the big commie. Well, they're all around.
They tried to silence our voices.
No one would ever silence your voice.
Conservative media, that one of them rhymes with Fox, went completely silent about the election. Okay, they went.
That didn't go over as well as you thought it would.
Silent about it. They won't talk to you about the election.
Hold on. No. We're not bombing churches or any acts of violence. Fuck off with that nonsense.
They won't even talk. We have 2,000 mules on there. That has nothing to do with machines.
It doesn't have anything to do with anything. Well, it's geolocating, but it's different kinds of machines.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. I watched it. It was disgusting.
Okay. But they did.
That's not weird at all. What are you talking about? You know, I once watched an episode of InfoWars where they talked about how there's lizard people trying to run the government, and one of the things that you can spot them is that they don't really sort of talk and move around well or interact with humans very well. They're a bit awkward and weird, and they also tend to jut their tongues out like serpents. They do that a lot. So, I mean, I read that somewhere. I saw it in a video on it, but maybe just, I don't know. There's no reason why I brought it up. I just felt like bringing it up. But if anybody of you spot somebody doing something like that, maybe let us know.
Silence our voices, okay? And over the last year and a half now, here's where we're at, and here's what's going to get our country back.
Okay, finally.
The judges.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was going to be the voters, but...
And everyone's going, Mike, the judges, they didn't have our back then.
Yeah, but they're going to now.
Let me tell you.
You tell me.
I'll tell you who didn't have our back.
Well, I thought you were going to tell us who does have our back and how we're going to get it back. We know who fucked us.
All the legislatures.
Oh, yeah, the legislatures. That's true.
We've learned now the Republican legislatures in a lot of these states, they turn their back on us. We've learned we have learned so much from the 2020 election.
Haven't we?
Where the horrible, we call them rhinos. I call them criminal rhinos. You go to Brad.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for going the extra step.
Rasmussen down in Georgia.
Oh, totally a criminal rhino.
It's disgusting.
A rhino escapes from the zoo. What do? You put it down by sitting on its horn and waiting for the authorities.
What he's done. Okay, and there's a blocker in every state. Well, Rusty Bowers is gone, everybody. How about that? You got the blocker Robin Voss up in Wisconsin. The president just endorsed his opponent. God bless him, because Robin Voss needs to go.
Yeah, the important thing here, as long as we don't attack other Republicans, except the ones that need attacking.
These are things that are going to happen, but I want to tell you about the judges.
Please do.
You go back a year and a half ago, and
no, thank you.
Those judges, not one judge looked at evidence. Not one. Actually, I take them back. In Antrim County, Michigan, the judge did look there. If you all heard that.
So you were lying this whole time.
On the news, he looked, but he didn't rule on it. He said, I don't want to be.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Can't even look at that.
The first guy to be able to.
No, you just don't.
Talk about this. The judges had fear back then.
Yeah, they don't have any fear anymore. They look at what's happening to they look at our country and these jobs that are being created by this communist regime, and
they have families too. They're like all of us. They have friends, family, children, grandchildren.
Side pieces.
Children.
Uncles. Second cousins twice removed. Other entire families they keep in another state with a wife and two children that they always say they're on a business trip.
We're in an anomaly back then. We're still in an anomaly in history.
Yeah. Do.
And
anomaly. Do.
Now it's different.
Well, I hope so.
They've all learned so much.
Yeah.
They've,
so much.
People that were over here are now in the middle because they see how our country's being destroyed.
That's right.
This isn't a Democrat thing. This is the Democratic Party just likes that they were picked in this fraud election. We skipped right over.
Yeah, they're just enjoying the fact
socialism to communism
that they're in charge.
Is where we're at
for a couple of weeks, but then next time they're going to hand it over to the Republicans, and then we'll see how they like it.
But these judges now are getting braver. Look at the judge in Florida that made the great ruling and said the masks are nonsense on airplanes and no mandates, right?
Yeah, I mean, basically, they're only killing maggots. So she was like, we can get rid of some of these people.
That changed history. Look at Roe v. Wade right in the middle of all this.
Hal, my ancestors are Vikings. You sound good there now. Thanks, Mr. Nice Guy. I try that. I've got a little Viking blood in me as well.
What America?
both through birth and through the occasional chipped tooth.
Right? We have a judge. Here's another thing with Carrie Lake.
Oh.
Carrie, you know, we're doing preliminary injunctions to get rid of the machines in all these states. We started with Arizona.
Yeah, it's called the Mike Lindell's Pro-Crayon Act of 2020 whenever.
2 weeks ago. You're not going to see this on Fox News.
Well, of course not. I don't watch Fox News. Well, it's not. I'm just not in their demographic. I know I don't need a catheter that I can insert while flying a biplane. And Tucker Carlson makes me sweat.
You need to go to Frank's speech. You need to go to my platform. You're going to hear it. That's why I built it, so we could get the word out.
You really build it, though? I think you just kind of bought it, didn't you? I think you kind of, like it's one of those packages.
But
like you go to GoDaddy and you can pay for a setup. I'm just saying, I just don't think you know HTML.
This judge in Arizona agreed to look at the case, and he was an Obama-appointed judge. He's just doing his job as a judge. I got terrible ones out in D.C. One of them was Trump appointed with the big fight of the machines there. But this judge looked at it.
It's weird. So what you're saying is the Obama judges will give you a fair shake, and the Trump ones are liars that try to cover up where the fraud was actually carried out in the election. That's weird. It almost, I got to say, it almost makes me think that the reason that Trump believes that there was fraud is because he committed it himself. And the reason why Republicans don't want to look into the fraud, is because they actually helped him carry it out. It just wasn't enough. And the algorithm that actually got run over during the election was the one he set up because he figured if he got 2 million more votes, he would make, if he just made it, he would make... I'm just saying, and maybe that's why they don't want to look, because they see, they're afraid of getting caught. Yes. Look, I don't want to bring it up.
And I want you to think of this. This judge looked at this. It was a hearing 2 weeks ago, looks at all the evidence of these machines, and the relief is to get rid of them and do paper ballots and hand count it.
Yeah, with crayons on toilet paper, and you have to write with your feet, and there will be a one-drop policy that'll go into whether or not you can get an ID.
Okay. He looked at it. Now compare it to this. If I told you, if I'm in the state of Arizona, or let's say I'm here in Texas, and I said, hey, do you know we have reason to believe that all your cars don't have brakes?
Huh. So one would think we would go out there, check one of the cars to see if the brakes work. They do. Move to the next car. Check to see if that car's brakes work. They do. Then check a third car and then check them and then go, Mike, you're fucking with us. Which car are you talking about? And then you get in your own car, which has no brakes because you're a fucking lunatic, and drive off a cliff.
And then finally you get a judge to look at it and he goes, ooh, that's not good.
Why are you asking me? I'm a judge. You need a mechanic.
And then he's got to make a ruling of why you should either still drive on these cars with no brakes or get rid of them.
Gosh, that's going to be a toss-up. I mean, is it under the Commerce Clause, or how's he going to do that? The point I'm trying to make is that, is it his car? How did he get to work?
So that judge, but he's looking at whatever he rules. Either way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If he says drive a car with no brakes or stop driving a car because it has no brakes, it works.
It's a win.
It's a win.
Looked at it, everybody.
Yeah, he looked at the cars. They have brakes. And you get charged legal fees.
And judge after judge is going to start looking at this stuff. There's stuff going on in every state right now.
Yeah, some cars don't have brakes. Other ones don't have windshields. A lot of them don't even have fucking engines. And they drive too fast in those gosh darn things.
And I want to tell you...
I'll do a lot check.
The way we're at right now, I am having...
The way we're at. I love that song. It's from the 70s.
What you've seen in there. I deal with all 50 states. We have a call once a week. Millions of people from around this country that are fighting in the grassroots and lawsuits. There's stuff. Every state I get on the call, they say, we had the most fraud in our state. We had the most fraud in our state.
And I go, none of your... Look, the most fraud is in whatever state Mike is in at the time.
So what we're doing, it's the Moment of Truth Summit. August 20th and 21st. I'm telling you, if you get everyone, it's me live streamed on Frank's Speech. Get the app now if you don't have it.
Yeah, they don't have it.
It'll be live streamed there to the world. At the Cyber Symposium.
Well, you know, it's the internet, so technically the world can see it, but you can't say it to the world. That's, you know, that's like singing out your window and saying, I'm singing to the world.
I had about 3,
which I totally do.
4 million people.
Especially with this mustache. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Join in, Mike. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, ooh, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, as if nothing really matters. All right, I'm fine. Back to where I was.
This I need at least 100 million.
Wrong show.
People to watch. It doesn't fail if people watch. I'm telling you, all the pieces are there. I need one prayer that millions and millions can watch this.
Just one? Okay. Dear God, please on the 20th and the 21st, make sure that no one has anything important to do. Nothing that has any true meaning in their life. Make sure that those 2 days are devoid of meaning for everyone in the world, so that even leisure activity would be considered a waste of time. Make everyone slightly drowsy. Perhaps everyone's stricken with some sort of disease that makes them ambulatory but unable to use their limbs just because they don't feel like it. And then, Lord, all we ask is that people have a fairly good internet access and they can watch things at 340p. Amen.
We're going to have all 50 states on stage the first day.
Christ, where's this going to happen? I don't even know if the Rose Bowl holds that many people.
And it's invite only, by the way, for that.
Okay, so not all 50 states. Some of the states aren't invited.
That part. But all 50 states are going to get.
Well, 42. Well, it's 16.
Down there in alphabetical order and say what their current.
Oh, thanks, Peter.
Current footprint is. Okay, on that day. Then that night we're showing Selection Code. It's a movie by Lara Logan.
Lara Logan. I hate him. He's one of the scariest DC cinematic universe supervillains.
It's a world premiere. I'm giving it away free to the world. This is a
so it's worth the price of admission.
Full feature film that could make millions in the box office. I want the world to be saved.
This could make dozens, and instead I'm giving it away to you because no one else wants to watch it otherwise.
So that, and then the next day we're having the trial of the machines. Nice name, right?
No, it's not. I mean, it's a little bit ridiculous, I gotta admit. Hold on one second. I'm gonna do something else. Let's see if we can do it this way. Yeah. I see a little silhouette of a man, Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt of lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, 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 we go magnifica. Oh, I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. There in his life from his mom's property. Easy come, easy go, will you let me go? Bismillah, no, we will not let him go. Let him go. Sorry. I have to stop before I start doing Flash. He'll save every one of us.
Trial of the machines.
The trial of the machines.
And they don't get to come, just kind of like that big charade.
Just like Donald Trump.
Out there at the January 6th garbage.
The January 6th garbage. All right. That was too much. I'm sorry. I gotta...
Okay. By the way,
okay.
If January 6th, I've said I'll come and show you the evidence. They won't.
Yeah, I'll come and show you the evidence. Huh? Come on over here. I want to see some evidence.
Well, let me come.
Sorry.
No, I've offered. Come on, I'd love to be there, Pelosi. Tell you what a charade this is. You guys all know the FBI ruled that there was a year ago on June 26th that there was no collusion with Donald Trump or his backers. It should have been over then. It's a joke. But
hold on. Donald Trump, there was no collusion between Donald Trump and his own backers. So what you're telling us is that, wait a minute. So the Russians were Donald Trump's backers? The shit?
Anyway, there's another thing I want to tell you. The last thing I want to say is at that event.
Thank good. Psst, wrap it up.
We're going to have people up on stage from other countries.
Oh, no, I can't do that then. I don't, no. Spanish gives me a headache.
And this is very important you hear me on this.
Hear me now, but understand me later.
Over 54 countries.
Wait a minute. You're letting foreign countries outnumber the states? What kind of... This isn't MAGA.
Have now been taken by the machines or are getting taken by the machines.
Have they or they're in the process?
And you never get to go back.
No, you never get to go back. Once you get a cell phone, nobody wants to go back to dial. Nobody wants to... Hold on one second. Yeah. Gary. No. We're good. No, just the one... No, he wanted to run the tape first. Yeah, no, now he's on the part in the speech where once people get an updated machine, they never want to go back. Well, I like talking to you on the phone. Why not? All right. No. You can't click the receiver like that. That doesn't work. I don't do Morse code texting. Stop it. All right. I'll talk to you later. Magoo.
Venezuela, Australia, they're gone.
Holy smokes. Somebody get me the newsroom. 2 entire countries have been wiped off the map during CPAC today. Venezuela and New Zealand are gone. Yeah. Well, no, we've got to prepare. No, because there's going to be an influx of refugees, mostly penguins. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Just call the news and let them know that 2 countries, maybe 3, I don't know. He might make up another one. 3 more they're gone. No, call me later. Okay, Magoo.
You don't get to vote out the machines once they're there.
No, it's Terminator 9, Rise of the Voting Machines.
Once they're there, you don't get your country back.
That's right. Once they're there, you can never vote again. We've had them for years. And so, shit.
God gave us grace, and he gave us, this is the one time in history. It's the best time to be alive.
Yeah, I agree. Because Donald Trump is no longer, that's not what you mean?
History's going to look back and say, every one of you,
History's going to look back and go, fuck, this sucks. This is a terrible time to be alive. I wish I was alive back then when I could have seen this in person and laughed my fucking ass off.
One of you have taken a part of this to save our country and get rid of these machines before we're gone.
Yes, in the future, they will have no machines.
Forever, because like Ronald Reagan said, if the lights...
And like Ronald Reagan said, well, I think no matter how advanced computers get, we should always use crayons.
Go out here, they go out everywhere. The whole world is watching. We can't, if we don't get rid of them by the fall, all of them, we're going to have, everybody's going to go vote these great candidates like Carrie Lake and override the machines, and we're going to get rid of them eventually, all of them.
So if they don't get elected this fall, just so I know you're wanting to just clarify, if Carrie Lake loses this fall, obviously it was fraud. If she wins, then it's God's grace and they actually worked, and she'll make sure there's no fraud ever again. Because the Democrats were able to steal the election, but they're never going to try again because they don't dare unless they lose, in which case they didn't. Or they did and they lost, but if they lose, then they won.
I'll end this with this.
You've said that 3 times. I don't think you're ever ending.
God's given us grace for such a time as this, so we have to make this the greatest revival for Jesus Christ in history. Thank you all. God bless you.
Yeah, never be afraid to ride out on Jesus's applause. Jesus and Mike Lindell are living together now in a small apartment in upstate Minnesota. They got a little island that they live on all the time and smoke crack anytime. Jesus and Mike Lindell live together on an island in the city of a town, the state of 10,000 lakes. Oh yeah. By the way, hold on. Still no. Wait, hold on. Catch this up. There's still no awaiting Trump in Wisconsin. I've still got a mustache. Excuse me. We're waiting. I don't look half bad with a mustache. It's not that bad. I look like I look a little closer. Like I feel like I look like Chris Evans in The Gray Man. It's the closest I'll ever look to. Here you go, to Chris Evans. Yeah, it's not half bad. I mean, I would, if honest to God, I would like a handlebar mustache. I think works a little better for my face, honestly, rather than this just kind of like assistant manager stash. If you're gonna, like, if you want to help me out at all, nope. Very Burt Reynolds. You think so? It's somewhere between Burt Reynolds and Freddie Mercury. Sing it, Hal. Carry on, as if nothing really matters. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. You're just gonna want me to do it, right? Robert Goulet? Thanks very much. I'm Robert Goulet. It's not bad as it goes. Carry on, Carrie Lake, as if nothing really matters. So is he late? I think he probably comes on in 8 minutes, I'm guessing. They're playing a video of him.
Rhinos, I call rhinos. You go.
Hold on. Wait, is that him?
It's disgusting what Heap's done.
What Heap's done? Where the hell? It sounds like he's on there. No?
Okay, and there's a blocker. Well, Rusty Bowers is gone, everybody. These are things that are going to happen, but I want to...
Holy smokes. I don't even know why that audio seems to be coming from that other video. Very odd. Ugh. Yeah, I know. How do you think we feel when we see you, Larry? Yeah, I love what you said about race mixing. Gross. Oh, God. Hold on. Shall we just wait this shit out and see if he actually shows?
I'm going to tell you about the...
Is this... Hold on. Oh, they're playing Lindell's...
It's different.
Motherfucker. I was like, where is his voice coming from? That's the same thing we were just watching. They're playing his
they've all learned so many dislikes that they were picked.
They're playing his CPAC speech. They're just like... I was like, where the fuck is that coming from? DeSantis rips the pathogen of prosecutors ignoring the law. The pathogen? All right. Truth Social is now available. Well, I mean, it's clearly not spoken for. Grant is betting on. I bet Trump is really low, like super boring as shit low.
Fox News. You need to go to Frank's speech. You need to go to my platform. You're going to hear it.
No, sorry, not interested. He's got to be going on at 7, which would be 5 my time, right? So about his 6. He's scheduled to go on in 6 minutes, which says to me he'll be an hour late. Fuck. Hal got spooked by the Muzak take. Oh yeah. Trump is huffing some Percotan. What? You mean Pervitin? Yes. Hold on, Coretta. 1 second. Whoops, quit. Yes, thank you, Coretta. Bless you. Too hot lady. It's too hot. Yeah, Adderall for all. Just look at these dull sons of bitches. Waukesha is perpetually the latest and dodgiest county in Wisconsin elections. Yeah. Small airport. The drugs have to kick in first. Why no seating? There's seats. And there's a lot of empty ones. I gotta say, folks, this is, we'll see, because he's outside, he might make the whole, like, there's a huge crowd and lots of people, we flew in, whoo boy, there was a lot of people who wanted to be here, and we're all packed in like sardines, and meanwhile, all these seats are empty, and there's a bunch of people standing back here, but it's basically so that they can leave early. They don't want to move into these seats, because if you do, they'll see you getting up from the seat. Whereas if you're back here, you go, I'm going to hit the head, and then just never come back. Looks like 250 people. I'm going to go with, yeah, this is like, these are the kind of, this is the kind of crowd that if Styx was doing a state fair, they'd come out and go, fuck. Yeah. They asked him to crowd together. Yeah. Yeah, cheap beer. I don't think there are any beverages. They certainly don't have any bottles. They're not going to let anything anybody can fucking throw get in there. We need to fight for your Second Amendment. That's why you're not allowed to bring your guns in here. This is docket numbers. That hurts, Templeton. Oh my gosh, Kathy, thank you so much. Thank you. No Jim Jones punch? No. 100 real, 150 paid. I'm alone again without you. Alone again without you. Alone again without you. Yeah. Awaiting the delusional sore loser narcissist. That's how it is. Yeah, they don't let any tomatoes anywhere near the place. Or fucking, don't even get me started on pineapples. No pineapples in the chat, okay? You'll scare them off. We just got them there. Like, Hal loves music. Yes, I do. Breaking the chains around you. Yeah. Now I'm breaking the chain. Yeah. Yes. Nope, quit it. I see pineapples in the chat. No carrots either. Son of a bitch. Whoops. Get back up here. Open up, you rat. Let's see.
We're going to be appointing very pro-crime judges.
All right.
We're honored to have with us today our amazing Vice President, Mike Pence, and his wonderful wife, Karen.
Right. Hal should do a karaoke request show. I will, but I get totally demonetized every time we do anything like that. Maybe we'll just do it. I'll just have to do it for super chats or something. Because I sound too much like the recording. No eggs? I think we have. Let's see. This might be the... Yeah, I don't have the 5 eggs on this particular chat.
The company that his son worked for, that's Burmisma.
That's Burmisma. That's Spermisma, the company he worked for before they showed him the door. That's Spermisma. We're all rocking with DACA today. Do we wait for this shit? Do we, like, because I reserve the right to get bored as shit on this here. Let me, how about this? I'll check in with this. I'll do one more video, even though I'm going late, if that's okay with you guys. Are you all right with that idea? Shall I pick one more out? And then we'll do that while we're waiting. Because I have so many videos to choose from. It's just well, here, this is let's go with this.
Whether it's the corrupt.
Hold on. Let's go with this prick. This is so important because since we're about to watch Trump, this is a video called "This is Why They Censor Trump." Yeah, this is from August 5th of 2022. I don't know why the fuck. All right, let's see. Why do they censor? And what does it say under here? Whether it's the coronavirus pandemic, the war in Ukraine, or Trump, why do the same old narratives get fed to us like we're dumb? He spoke with Matt Taibbi, who says the conformity aspect is really disturbing.
Coronavirus pandemic or the Ukraine war, certain patterns are emerging.
Yes. If you want to use your position of authority to talk people into taking Holstein warm in the misguided apprehension that they could actually save them from a disease instead of taking a vaccine, or you want to clamor that Russia really does have a point in sending rape squads into Ukraine, the mainstream media doesn't seem interested.
Is it possible that you have new stories but same old bullshit?
Yes. That would be this show. RB on Ukraine and COVID. Aren't they both the same? I mean, in so many ways. Hold on one second. Okay.
Hello there, you 5.8 million.
Hello there, you dipshits who buy all my bullshit.
Awakening wonders. Well done.
Well done.
Overcoming the many challenges you've had to overcome in your life. Well done.
What do you mean, what challenges, fucker? If I got time to kick back and watch your sorry ass on YouTube, I'm short of problems, mate.
Not being crushed. Well done staying...
Well done not being crushed by your challenges. Enough to make me have a net worth of $81 million.
Discerning. Well done staying true to the person that you actually are. Well done continuing to...
Well done let me do... white supremacist hand gestures that I learned at camp.
Awaken with me to get... I mean, what does this mean as a sign? Is that going to catch on? Could that ever catch on? If you've not subscribed yet, subscribe right now.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to turn on the bell because I don't want you to fucking follow me, right? Why the fuck would I put on the bell? That means that Google can fucking send a signal to my phone anytime you decide you want to be in my life. What kind of bullshit? Look, mate. Make your fucking videos, and I'll come see you if I fucking well feel like it.
Turn on the notification.
By the way, you're watching HAL SPARKS Mega Worldwide. So like and subscribe if you fucking want to. But for God's sake, don't hit the notification bell. For fuck's sake, just show up. I'm always here at the same fucking time.
Bell and sign up to my mailing list.
No, don't sign up to the mailing list either. Pay attention to your life. Look around. Follow me on Twitter or something like that if you want to see that I'm coming to your town.
I'll show you how to do that at the end of the video. And if this...
What do you mean, show you how? There's a link in your description probably. They can figure it out, mate.
This is the first video you've watched with us.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Thank you for being on this voyage. Thank you for being on this journey. I've had an amazing conversation with Matt Taibbi.
Yeah, is he the one that gave you the speed and the helium?
A very respected journalist of...
Bullshit.
...the left. Wait, if you're watching this and you happen to be on the right, and remember, I don't care where...
Yeah, I don't care. Don't get mad at me. He's very respected on the left. Well, I mean, he used to be. He used to have a magazine in Russia about fucking teenage girls and shit like that he would write where he was a crass son of a bitch. So maybe you like that. Stick around.
You think you are on that spectrum. If you're a person who's interested in saving the world, if you're a person who's interested in changing the world and...
Maybe you like the way the world is, but you just like to make slight improvements regularly during your life. Fuck it. If you're a megalomaniac who thinks everything should be run the way you'd like to have it, and you think the Earth's a fucking app, you're in the right place.
Awakening individually, then we are on the same side.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's loads of things we see differently from one another.
No, I don't think so, mate. Your numbers are going up because it's all Republicans watching you.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. You're right. That's true. Fair play. It doesn't matter. Your show doesn't matter. I mean, it's fucking toilet paper, mate.
You want to be free?
I mean, not that toilet paper doesn't matter, but, it keeps shit from getting on your hand. Your show doesn't even do that. I'll take it back. I apologize to toilet paper.
And you want to be left alone? I want to be free and I want to be left alone.
Then stop posting on the fucking internet and live in the goddamn woods, you hermit bastard.
The only way we're going to achieve that is together.
What? No, you can't. Wait a minute. What? What? Fuck off a second. You want to be left alone?
I want to be free and I want to be left alone.
And the only way we can be alone is together.
The only way we're going to achieve that is together.
What? Hold on. How did I end up like this? What happened to my face? That was terrible. I turned into Winston Churchill for a minute. What'd you do? What absolute shite. That scared the piss out of me. What happened?
Time to put aside the petty disputes. Time to move in unity.
Yeah, we need to be alone together, right? Understand this. And my weird hand gestures that I learned from David Icke.
Towards a better world. I know we can do it.
Mate, I got a question. So I'm not sure you can do this. Is it possible you could actually move in a way that's natural at all? Like, where you don't look like a fucking carnival barker at some sort of, like, Burning Man fairway.
You're going to love this conversation with Matt because...
No, I'm not, mate.
We started to point out the various similarities that seem to emerge when reporting on crisis news.
Yeah, it's almost as if people look at emergencies like they're emergencies.
It's like there's a crisis, not generated, let's just say they occur, these crises.
Yeah, I mean, real ones, not like Sandy Hook.
Wars, pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, at least we know the wars and the pandemics are real. We just know that they're started by the Rothschilds.
Other forms of crisis.
Yeah, other forms of crisis. War, pandemics, and war, pandemics. What other crises? I know there's other kinds of crisis. War, pandemic. Hurricanes! That's right, that'll do. Fuck, I got stuck there for a moment. War, pandemic, hurricanes. Okay, good.
Although in American history, it is known that, for example, in Latin and Central America, shocks and various crises were somewhat induced in order to bring about regime change. I'm not saying that's happening on a global scale right now.
No, I'm allowing for the inference thereof, which is the coward's way of implying something.
Now, but you can see...
Sharks! Yes, someone in the chat mentioned sharks, also another crisis. Especially if you're skinny dipping.
Certain similarities. When the...
Or if you're wearing a bathing suit made out of meat.
Ukraine war happened, and when coronavirus happened, a few things I noticed were similar.
Yes, people in war and in pandemics tend to die.
One, it's difficult to speak out against the narrative that the mainstream media want you to speak out about.
Yeah, like... it's the same thing where, like, you're standing there, there's a bunch of kids on the corner, little children, and you want to scream at them, run into the street, don't worry about the light, just do it. And you'll notice when you do something like that, everyone starts screaming at you. The ones that weren't always already screaming because you were masturbating.
Two, there's a sense of heightened fear and panic.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why people would be panicked during a pandemic. It's almost like the first three letters are the same. It's probably an accident.
The mainstream media pursue a very particular line.
Like, don't die.
And here's the weirdest thing of all. Certain very powerful interests
edit out what the weirdest thing of all was.
Profit from those situations. Now, let me tell you, I am not interested in conspiracy theories.
No, I'm not interested in them, except for their monetary value. Okay, hold on 1 second. What the fuck is that? Oh, they're running a video. Ah, these are all people at the thing. Okay, never mind. Nah, he's not interested in conspiracy theories because he doesn't want to be sued by families like Alex Jones has.
I'm interested in conspiracy facts. That's
conspiracy facts. Oh, you mean like you and Matt Taibbi getting together to coordinate an attack on the healthy narrative of people getting vaccinated, or the reasoning that Russia's reasoning for the war is grotesque and a violation of every moral standard the world over.
That's why we only talk to brilliant journalists. That's why we...
but unfortunately, Dave, none of them were available, so we've got Matt.
Only use reliable sources.
Except when Jimmy Dore is available.
That's why we've got a great team here of people that are only interested in conveying the truth.
Nonsense. You're a liar. I mean, for the record, mate, I've done a shit ton of your videos. You're talking shit. You're lying. You're a manipulative prat. You're a doom sprayer. You're a fear farmer, you cunt.
As we understand it, we believe you deserve transparency. We believe you can take transparency. In this conversation with Matt Taibbi, we talk about the coronavirus pandemic and the Ukraine war
and go, they're both fake.
Similarities in reporting. You probably see the situation different from me. We're not.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got relatives you want to live.
All the same. We've had different lives. We've got different traumas, different experiences, and different.
Yeah, different levels of being a millionaire.
Things to offer. Have a look, though, and stay to the end of this conversation.
No, okay. Again, dude, don't say stay to the end. It's typical, like, it's YouTube rubbish.
I think you're going to find it thrilling.
No, I won't. Why would it be thrilling? It's an interview, mate. Does he fucking jungle chainsaws? We did this interview at the X Games. Both of us were buck naked doing a bobsled run.
And exciting. Stay
down into a razor blade catch.
To the end.
There's a constant to how each of these crises roll out.
It's riveting and exciting how he's drinking a kombucha. So fucking on brand. And the nice thing, it's amazing. This is one of the most incredible magic tricks I've ever seen. This guy's talking shit while he drinks a beverage. If I wasn't seeing it with my own eyes, I wouldn't think it was possible.
They go in stages every time. There's an initial period where
people recognize that something is happening.
It's total certainty, and if you deviate even a micromillimeter from the consensus, you are denounced as a Putinite or a...
Yeah, no, there's no micro media variance. Lots of people were like, I don't know, I hope there's a peace talk. Can we do something about this? None of those people were like Putinites. It's the ones who go, they're fucking Nazis. All you got to do is you do a little bit of apologizing for Russian rape squads, and all of a sudden...
a hater, a right-wing fanaticist, whatever it is. Right-wing has become the catch-all for just somebody who thinks differently, which is...
No, right-wings, in a lot of ways, it's like the catch-all for douchebags.
I know you've gotten it, I've gotten it, everybody's gotten it now.
Yeah, because you've defended those ideas.
Which is so strange because I don't have any views that I would consider right-wing.
What views do you have then?
No, we're just a couple of cartoon rabbits that just want to drum.
Exactly.
I think that's a reference to something we didn't see, but it's riveting. Yeah, it's thrilling. I'm staying to the end.
But yeah, no, it's
yeah, no. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, Putin's got every reason to be able to. He should be able to fucking nuke the place.
It's
what's wrong with a little modern colonialism? I mean, yeah, okay. So I say it. Now I'm the fucking bad guy.
Scary, and the conformity aspect of it is really disturbing.
Yeah, it's like when people wear branded clothing of all the same sort, like an Adidas hat and the matching jacket and the running suit all together. It Like it gives off a
And
I think Russell's falling asleep.
I think that the thing that's really troubling for me as a reporter is the way
that you don't do any reporting.
That each of these crises, though completely distinct, in many cases, having nothing whatsoever to do with one another.
It's almost as if human beings have a limited skill set to deal with emergencies, and certain ones are activated with the more extreme circumstances based on fear, concern, worry, how much impact they can have, what limitations they have in their own lives to have any impact on it, and they act accordingly. And then the news runs through a cycle where they inform people of what's going on, and then there's a clickbait world where they try to draw people in who maybe haven't had enough of it a little bit, or play up certain things, or in the process of explaining something that people should be cautious about, they slightly exaggerate things to the biggest extreme because they think that's the only thing that'll make people listen. And then other people are like, well, you got to moderate that thought so that people don't call bullshit on what you're doing and think it's all fake, and then and more of those people die. It's almost as if people are just fucking trying.
There's an increasing tendency to link all of them, which makes it...
Yeah. What kind of an asshole would link, quote, all of them? Where is it? Let's see. Hold on. Where'd it go? Let's see. Who would... Hold on. Who would...
Ukraine war. Certain patterns are emerging.
Yeah. Who would link them together like an asshole?
Is it possible that you have new stories but same old bullshit?
It's weird. Who would link these together? Yeah, some people just have a tendency to take extreme things and link them together like a complete prick.
Cases having nothing whatsoever to do with one another. There's an increasing tendency to link all of them.
Huh. You don't fucking say.
Which makes it impossible to report on the nuances because
why? What are you talking about? Why the fuck can't people just... Hold on, let's check something. No, it's been introduced by Christina, what's her name? She's throwing out hats. So he's going to be up in a minute. What nuances? What can't you? Pick a fucking topic, mate.
What a nuance, what you're accused of is being part of the big evil matrix.
No.
Right? So...
No, you aren't.
Just to take an example.
Okay, finally.
The Ukraine story is complex.
Really? You don't say.
There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, if you weigh all the things, ultimately, the conclusion you have to come to is that the Ukrainians fucking had it coming.
There are facts that are... there are a few facts that are adverse to Ukraine there. I mean, they do have some elements within the armed forces that are...
That basically all 9 of the Azov battalion guys, that's reason enough for the Chechen rape squads to murder some children and cut their genitals off. I mean, fair's fair.
They're a little scary. Freedom House rated that country. A 39 out of 100 on the democracy score. They are a transitional regime.
Regime. Oh, good. Oh, you mean the elected government transitioning? What are they transitioning away from? Oh, complete puppet control by Russia. Where this asshole used to have a newsletter where he was a complete prick.
They've had a record of imprisoning people who disagree politically.
Yeah, I know. Especially before 2014. And disagree.
Russia's not better.
Oh, all right. Well, that's nice of you to say. How would you define, in the Ukraine-Russia debate, how would you just define, well, yeah, Ukraine's full of Nazis and Russia's not better.
But Ukraine has issues, right? But
yeah, and, if you've got issues, Russia should be able to send rape squads to your country and strafe bomb your buildings.
We can't report on that stuff.
Why not? People have.
Now, because if you talk about that, or you mention the Azov Battalion, or you mention things that went on in the Donbass that might have inspired some of the Russians, at least, to think in a certain way about Ukraine.
Yeah, to think in. I don't give a fuck how they think, mate. I'll give a shit about artillery fire.
Then you're part of this overall matrix of autocracy that is trying to undermine all that is.
Dude, you seem like you're doing a lot of fucking tap dancing here. I think why don't you just say what you fucking want to say? Just roll with it. Tell everyone Putin's right. You want to say it. What video has he got of you? Or maybe you've got video of him. Maybe it's a mutual video thing.
Right and decent in the world. Whereas, 20 years ago, you would have just been reporting. You would have said, well, this is true, this is true, this is true. And that's also true. I don't care. I mean, it's not my job to care about what it all adds up to.
Yeah, no, why would you want to add things up? You just report details and you pick the you've got 10 details here on one side. You got 10 details on the other side. You report 9 of these and 4 of these and let people make up their mind. If they eventually come to the side of the details that have 9 instead of the 4, or 4 instead of the 9, because you remove the uncomfortable ones from this side and focus largely on this thing, or you try to take, you've only got 4 here, you've got 10 over here, you make up 6 more as if they're important, or you double the importance of each of the other 4 so that you've got 8. By this time, people have lost interest and fallen asleep.
But that's how all of these crises have been ripped.
By the way, back in the 90s, that's when you had your paper in Russia, isn't it, mate? I mean, there's a shit ton of countries in this world. Russell couldn't find a fucking guy who didn't have his first media job in fucking Russia? Really?
Reported. The pandemic was the same way. We weren't allowed to touch certain things.
Well, yeah, you could touch them. You can't assert knowledge you don't fucking have.
And that didn't work out very well either. So,
yeah, it did.
So I think that's the big danger.
Why is it so paternal? Why? Why has it changed to a relationship with the media, with the state?
Yeah, why is there so much control, man? And by control, I mean, I'm here talking to you on my podcast. You're in another country. We're talking here, and this will be broadcast later on multiple things. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and subscribe to the podcast and listen to all these things so that you can know just how much I'm being censored.
Big business, where the assumption is...
By the way, dude, you're a fucking big business. This is a bit on YouTube. This is a big fucking business.
Idiocy. The assumption is that people are stupid.
Yes, that's the assumption you make every day you make this fucking show.
They can't handle complex information. If you start telling them that, look, it's complicated in Ukraine because of NATO's actions, because of resources, because there are elements in the Ukraine armed forces. Because
that, maybe there's a point where, the cutting off of the genitals of a prisoner of war is warranted considering what the Russians have been through.
Because of American expansionism, because of our own history.
What? I'm sorry. American expansionism? What do you mean? During Trump? What was the big leap forward? What was it since Biden took over? What was the huge leap of American expansionism in Ukraine?
What, that somehow that's, people can't handle it?
No, first of all, they can handle it. Hold on, is this prick in here? No, it's somebody else.
Or with, the coronavirus pandemic, like a good faith relationship with government, it seems to me would be possible if they weren't sort of ultimately owned by corporate interests. Because
citation needed, you bastard.
Would be down for people saying, look, at the beginning we thought this, but now we've realized that's not.
Yeah, in the beginning we thought when Trump said, the Chinese are handling it great, it's going to be all fine, it's going to blow through, it'll just people think the warmer weather will get rid of it. Sure, there were some people who bought that bullshit. They turned out to be wrong, didn't they? And hundreds of thousands of people died because they didn't take it fucking seriously. And other people got it passed to them by people who didn't take it fucking seriously. Why is it so paternalistic?
Not true.
Why can't we just fucking shed a few 100,000 people without everybody getting all sphincterized about it?
So we're amending and adjusting to this, but it was a highly politicized situation, that pandemic. I think this is from something you wrote. When Trump was president, Molnupiravir, or whatever it's called, was bad and dangerous science, an evil twin to hydroxychloroquine.
Hydroxychloroquine. Yeah, you don't want to. Nobody should be. I'll say it for the record, since we're on the air. Nobody should be taking hydroxychloroquine. Okay, don't do it. I don't care if you keep tropical fish in your fucking rectum, mate. Don't take hydroxychloroquine.
Now it's a pharmaceutical superhero coming to the rescue. Now I suppose their counter argument would be, oh, the science has changed.
Hydroxychloroquine is not a pharmaceutical superhero coming to the rescue.
We've got better research, we've got better data, but it seems to.
But I mean, there's been studies that show that it didn't help at all. But
me that it was partisan political biases in this instance bypassed and overturned the debate.
I mean, you understand what it means.
In this instance, bypassed and overturned the basic science, the basic facts of the matter.
Yeah, that to basically bypass the saying.
Is that true,
Yeah,
Matt?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely, and
yeah, absolutely. Look, say something so I can have another shot of kombucha.
The notion
I read somewhere. This is good for me.
That the great unwashed media audience can't handle
the great unwashed media audience. He's hitting your audience there, Russell.
Handle source material.
Can't handle source material.
Has become increasingly prevalent. And you see that in things like the reporting on QAnon. All right, so Q allegedly came back a few weeks ago, and there were stories about it. But the new trend is we don't show you the thing because we think you can't handle it.
Or you can fucking go look it up yourself, or what the fuck is the point?
So we'll talk about it. We'll call up professors who will give you comments about what you're supposed to think.
But if you want to know more about it, you've got internet. You're obviously reading this on the internet. Go look it up your fucking self.
But we're not going to link to the actual thing because you may be radicalized by it.
Or it artificially boosts something that's not worth our fucking time.
Or, we don't want to show you pictures of...
Or maybe it's not even the real fucking dude and somebody's posing at it and we don't have any verification. So why would we send our audience as a media outlet to posts that we can't even verify are real because we couldn't verify who the fuck was doing them in the first place?
Of what Donald Trump actually said. We don't want any video of him actually speaking or again, somebody like Steve Bannon or Alex Jones or any of these people.
They're online. You can look them up any time you fucking want to.
Because, I guess because they think people are going to be radicalized by the site.
No. It's because they want to boost people who are fucking awful. They're scumbags. They're gross. They have attempted to foment violence towards their fellow Americans. So you can reference them, but you don't have to play their shit. In the old days in the news, you didn't get to do that immediately. The only time fucking people got that much coverage is when they were a serial killer with a manifesto insisting that if you don't read their shit on the air, they're going to kill somebody.
Side of them, when in fact, I think the history of Trump going back to 2016.
Yeah, the history of Trump. Yeah, tell me about that. I'm looking at it. I'm hearing you. I'm not looking at you anymore. There's boobies on the screen up here. So just keep talking, mate.
Is that his best friend has been the media's attempt to contextualize him. The more negative attention he got from the media, the better he did. The more he personally spoke, the worse he did. And I think...
And now they don't show him or reference him.
Some of this comes from a misunderstanding of how audiences think.
Yeah, I mean, Matt knows how the unwashed masses think.
Audiences don't like to be talked down to.
No, they don't. Matt's got a huge audience. People watch his show all the time. He's gigantic. I mean, the old audience, where he had his, like, sexist shit rag he ran out of Russia. That was a huge audience.
Like to be treated like grown up, don't you think? I mean,
yeah, don't they? They don't like to be scared and fucked with clickbait and then sold a meditation program.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Is Trump on yet? Let's see. Nope. We're waiting. We're almost done with this.
You know, they want to be told everything, and they think they can handle it. You know, and if you treat them like babies, they
yeah. But if you also equate information that's not fucking worth it with stuff that is worth it, and they go, I don't know, it's like 50-50. We've got a fellow coming on today who wants to take public funds to build a Holocaust memorial because he thinks it's important that we remember history so that we don't repeat it. And to counterbalance that argument, we have a fellow on who says the Holocaust never happened. Point for point, let's have an argument. They're basically equal. You're not stupid as a public. Maybe you want to hear the other argument. I know what you're thinking. The other argument would be, why don't you do it with private funds? Or perhaps it's better off that they're not actually going to have some sort of a monument so that people can just think about it instead of having some place that they know it exists, so they don't have to think about it very much. And so there's this back and forth conversation. Fuck that. You want someone who actually believes it happened and somebody who didn't believe it happened. And then that's basically it's a jump ball.
That doesn't go over well.
Well, do you think you can trust the mainstream media?
Fucker writes for Rolling Stone, you bastard.
Or your own lying eyes? Let me know in
the comments. And of course, sign up for my podcast on all Apple Podcasts, you know, because big tech is blah.
In the comments below. And if you get a reply there from someone going, send me a text, that's not me.
If someone slides into your DMs with a tiny little pecker picture, that's me. But anyway, short of that, no, I don't mean short of that. There's not much shorter than that.
I don't want your money.
I don't want your money. Well, I do.
I don't want anything from you. Actually, I do want something from you.
Oh, for fuck! I want you to click the notification bell.
Subscribe to this channel right now. I want you to turn on.
He means my channel. He wants you to subscribe to my. Thanks, Russell. I appreciate it. You're doing me a solid, mate. Now, granted, I don't want any of your subscribers to subscribe to mine because I don't want any bots.
On the notification bell, and I want you to sign up to my...
No, don't turn on the notification bell. What you want to track people for? Why don't you just take one of those Apple keychain things and chuck it in everybody's back seat, you creep?
A mailing list. I'll show you how to do that in literally...
I don't want to know.
Literally a few seconds. If you...
No, honestly... I can do without it.
Enjoyed this video and this...
I didn't. I thought it was a waste of time.
Conversation. Watch either one of these.
No, I'm not. This is fucking insane. You won't believe this. By the way, Tucker Carlson is using the exact same titles.
So fantastic. Look at me doing EDMR on myself right now. That's right. Apparently that helps you to process stuff. There's a possibility that I'm coming to America soon.
No.
Would you like to see me...
No, I have no interest.
Live in America?
No.
Where would you like to see me live?
I wouldn't mind walking up to you in a restaurant with a camera and a microphone.
Let me know in the comments below. Sign up to that mailing list. It's the most intimate way of connecting.
No, I don't want an intimate connection. I think it's gross. Fuck, man. When is this asshole going to show up?
With me, I give you my email address on there and everything.
No, I don't want that.
Talk.
What?
Stay free.
Stay free. Right at the end. First of all,
the most intimate way of connecting with me. I give you my email address on there and everything. We're about to talk. Stay free.
What? I mean, I guess you got to get it in under the 9-minute and 42-second mark. Jesus Christ. Hi, you're watching HAL Sparks Mega Worldwide. I went a little long tonight because we're awaiting President Trump. There are 102,000 people watching this on Rumble, and yet it has 20,000 views. I don't know what that means. I'm going to be stuck doing that voice. Jesus Christ. Trump's jet can't land? It can't get clearance?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
Yeah, it's about to get longer.
And I was just texting with Adam. I'm hoping that he's got time to run up here. I'm not sure if he'll be here or not. But he is a very, very important candidate, and there's a reason why Donald Trump endorsed him, and it's really just because he had the courage to stand up.
Yeah. Oh, shit. They're playing macho man in the background.
To Robin Voss. Robin Voss is a long entrenched speaker of the Assembly here in Wisconsin. And
yeah, it's a great story. I'm fascinated.
Voss movement here in
Yeah, I don't like, and again, oh God, this is gonna be, it's gonna be an hour and shit. I'm gonna tell you what, guys. I'm going to do this speech tomorrow night. Is that all right? I'll just let you guys go because I have radio in the morning and I've got to prep for that. And he's going to be late again. Last time he did this was like an hour and a half late. And who the fuck needs it? I'm bored too. I don't need this shit. So I'll do this as a speech if it's worth doing. But rather than us waiting to do it live, plus I can find usually by the time in taking it, because it's a live stream, in taking it from the live stream, the only live stream that's available, I run out of, I'm still going when the actual live stream ends because I stop and start, and then it ends up, I lose the last quarter or whatever. So anyways, yeah, you don't need this shit. I don't need this. Nobody needs that shit anymore. If it was crucial and it was he's running or any of that shit, maybe. But Jesus. Thanks, Al. Have a great night. Okay, I appreciate it. Hold on one second. I will do this with you guys. 1 second. I'll tell you what's better. You want to know what's better? Me saying goodnight to you guys. Have a lovely Friday night. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sparklers. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Deanne, for the super chat. Thank you, Jason, for the super chat. That was fantastic. Thank you, Sarah, for the bits. Thank you, Cover Me, for the bits. Kathy, oh my gosh, thank you so much for that super chat. That's so incredibly generous and wonderful. Emergency Remedial Truth, thank you as well. Tobias, one of our Canadian brethren. Kathy, thank you for gifting the subs. That was really wonderful. Kochika Ninka Crinkles, thank you for gifting subs. Cher Stone, thank you for being a member for 11 months. Lulu Girl, thank you for the super chat. I'm glad you like the mustache. Kimberly, thank you so much. Ding Dong the Orange might be dead. We're pretty close, Kimberly. We're pretty close. Lucky Roller, thank you for the super chat as well. And Laura, thank you so much. Templeton, good Lord, Templeton's a rat again. Sorry I didn't see this at the beginning, but thank you so much. Matt, thank you for the super chat. Michelle, thank you as well. Blue Pretender, bless you. This is from yesterday. I didn't see these at the end. Christina and Roderick, thank you for the super chats yesterday. This morning. That was from the morning show. And thanks everybody who's subscribed. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're on Twitch. See, our little Twitch number gets low, so that'll remind you to re-up your subscription on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, it doesn't cost you a dime. Thank you for supporting the show. I appreciate it. Thanks everybody for, and if you can't afford to help with the show or do bits or any of that stuff, don't worry about it. Should be a stress-free environment. My only thing is I ask you to thank our patrons and the other people who give super chats and Venmos and and the Cash App and the like. So we really appreciate that, and let them know you appreciate it, especially if you're here by their good graces, because they are the ones that make the show possible, and I can't tell you how much I adore them for it. And thank you, Mandy, for the super chat, and all right, Grandma, Rhode Island Grandma, Rhode Island. That's what I'm thinking it is. Hal is Venmo. Yes, I do. I have a Venmo right there. If you want to Venmo and you're on Venmo, if you like to Venmo, you ever heard of Venmo? Venmo. That's right there. And Kirk, thank you so much for that as well. And let's see if any other ones I got during the show in the last little bit that I didn't notice before. Also, I will tomorrow morning be putting up a graphic at the beginning of the show that will have the dates that are coming up. I'm coming to Dallas, to Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm going to be doing a monthly show at Flappers starting on the 24th of August. On the 26th, we're in San Francisco opening for Enough's Enough. But I will be doing stand-up at Flappers once a month, the last Wednesday of every month. There's a couple of variances, like around Thanksgiving and Christmas, they move up. But I'll be there. Philly is a possibility. We're going to add that fingers crossed we'll be able to get there when we do our East Coast dates. But Chattanooga, Tennessee, and San Francisco are up next. And then DC is the first week of, into the second week of September. The 10th of September. That's going to be in Washington, D.C. If you're in the area and you feel like coming down, it's a Sexy Liberal show. I'll post all those, and you guys are wonderful. And thank you, and especially thanks to our mods, who I'm going to do a little bit of modding while I'm sitting here. That's what I do. In case you're ever wondering what I'm doing sometimes when I pause for a minute, and I'm like, okay, hang on a second. I'm getting rid of these stupid links they put in and mess with me. So anyways, nerdhalen.com, follow @nerdhalen on Twitter, and then follow me everywhere else, and I'll see you guys in the morning. You guys are awesome. Okay. Take care of yourself and take care of somebody else. Thank you, Laura, and thank you, Lauren. Mandy. Thanks, Colonel Clink.